A lot of teams are really trying their best to put them down.
Yeah, I think especially when already Team Secret is being spoken about, Total Gaming need to pick that pace. They need the points. Earlier, before this, the storyline was between Team Secret and Total Gaming, where Total Gaming were looking better. They were up on the rank, but now they've been pushed out. That is, yes, South Asia is rising up the ranks. They're picking up the competition, the fights as well. We ended up seeing Straw Hats trying to do their own. We also spoke about Shocked earlier. So a lot of things happening at that point, while Southeast Asia, as you already mentioned, right, they knowing better about themselves are causing trouble for their own region, and South Asia is taking advantage of this.
With the performance that we're seeing out of the top 2 squads, you can now start seeing a bit of a sponge point there towards the top. Don't forget, top 4 will move on to the finals, but those top 2 teams just absorbing so many points from all the other squads, and the squads that are currently on that second page. After this next match, you don't get to go back to the hotel. You don't get to go back and VOD review and take your sweet time. No, you need to start performing, and if not, we're going to have to start counting some of these teams out.
True, because when we're talking about the Southeast Asian teams, we know how dominating they was, especially on a group stage day 1. They were literally all over the place. So right now, we need them to refocus, I think, and show the world what they're really made of. And the next map is Solara, so I'm so excited for my friends in Southeast Asia.
Purgatory, the game 5. What are we looking on that one?
Oh, well, Solara, Purgatory, there's a lot of things that need to be done right now, especially in this map of game number 5. Like, Purgatory, this is where a lot of chaos will be happening. Even in first game, we saw this cute flight path, and we saw how a lot of teams fail there. 40% a skewed flight path might happen. It's not only that, even the final circle might end up in the water. We've seen that in some days this week. Yeah, there could be a lot in terms of the flight path, especially as you can see the players themselves, right? They're taking a look at what happened in the previous games, especially rotations as well.
তবে আমি আমি বলি আমি প্রেডিকশন দেই যে শ হেড সাকি করব দেখেন কি বলে এটা কোয়ালিফাই করব টিএসসি পারবো না দেখেন যত যাই বলেন টিএসসি পারবো না
change and figure out to better their strategies. As you said, 7 is the last chance on survival stage.
একবারে কোয়ালিটি যেটা হাই আছে ওই হাই দের দিছি দেখেন তো কোয়ালিটি কেমন আছে
and Team Apex Gaming, they get a play in here, and out of all the teams,
মূলত ডাউনলোড আপডেট কত
it seems like Team Apex Gaming will still get it once again.
I really like it that while you all say that it's tag is at top, their hashtag is also tag on top, and they are doing it. That's the best way possible for us to see here. And for India back home, everybody's happy for them, because this is what I think once India made it to the global stage in the very first representation, they wanted to make sure they make a statement. And oh boy, 3 teams all out there.
But honestly, I mean, we're talking about India. I do read some articles that India is actually very big, and I'm so glad that they finally made it to international level. So, because international level, sorry, again, I'm just so excited talking about you guys, because after the 2 or 3 years break, it was so nice to finally see the new talents and the strength that India have. I mean, just take a look at the comment sections. Most of our viewers are Bangladeshi, Indians. They're everywhere.
They're definitely going to be everywhere. And you were mentioning the hashtag tag on top. Don't forget the hashtag EWC and hashtag EWC26 as well, because I know Tag's owner, none other than Jonathan. He's going to be looking like, oh, yeah, we might be going.
Pasta like হচ্ছে 4 জন ওয়াচিং আছে কমেন্ট GTA 6 নাকি ভাই কি গেম এটা ভাই তোমার লাগে GTA 6 মিডল তোমার লাগে GTA 6 ঠিক আছে তবে ভাই যত যাই কোন TCS কোয়ালিফাই করবে না আমি বললাম
14.5. That is just ridiculous. Now when we go back to the Indian squads, because I was saying you are going to go back to
কোয়ালিফাই করবে না
what are you expecting?
6টা লাইভ হয়ে গেছে যারা লাইভ 7টা সাবস্ক্রাইব হয়েছে
I think while we were already mentioning and you spoke about, 1 is there. What about 2? Now the third one's entered into the question.
This man's greedy.
Maybe we want to take it all. That's what we want to do at the global stage here, and I think it has been coming. It's a pressure that was there on everybody's shoulder, and they had to step it up, and it had to be the IGLs itself, these long-range sniper players, and that's what I was mentioning. KD, look at it, 10,000 plus challenges what is there. What you mentioned about that, that is crucial. When you're IGLs, they take off so much burden, players are able to play freely. That gives them those chances, and that's the reason.
দেখেন
in this game, if you saw.
Absolute cinema.
আমারে নিব নাকি হ্যাঁ যাও তোমার নিব নি
exactly what's currently happening with
মিডল দাস তোমাকে আজকে নিব
on the opposite side, we had Nepal, and they were able to perform pretty good in that last match. But we did see something out of Nepal, Neptune.
Comment করতেছে দেখেন নাম নেই
They might have been playing it too passive.
Comment অন রাখি নাই তো এইজন্য
They have 62 points just from eliminations. That's more points alone than what Falcons currently has, and I feel like, if correct me if I'm wrong, too, the lobby feels way more aggressive.
It is. I mean, last day of some of the teams right here, so that makes it more difficult for them. For Nepal, I know they're excited to be in here. They number one, they were showing up, but now this
XP দেয়া তুমি মনে করো যে টপ 10 হয়ে থাকতে পারবে আর কি টপ 10 মানে 10 এর টপ 10 হয়ে থাকতে পারবে মানে সর্বপ্রথম তোমার নোটিফিকেশন দেব বুঝতে পারছো যেমন নোটিফিকেশন দেখবা ইউটিউবে কোনো নোটিফিকেশন দিলে মানে 5 থেকে 10 সেকেন্ড লেট হয় কিন্তু তোমার ওটা লেট হবে না তোমার ওটা 1 মিনিটও লেট হবে না 1 সেকেন্ডও লেট হবে না তোমার যে সময় লাইভ শুরু করব ওই টাইমে তোমার লাইভে নোটিফিকেশন
and in fact we are now officially at the halfway
তো বুঝাই দিলাম
point of the
একটু টাইনা দেখো
survival
দেখছি
stage
কি করে
in Paris, France. Again, it's South Asia Day. More specifically, the Indian teams like the panel pointed out, all three of them have gotten a booyah under their belt.
বলছি তো গিভঅ্যাওয়ে হবে যদি 100 সাবস্ক্রাইবার হয় তাহলে গিভঅ্যাওয়ে হবে
Team Apex Gaming with
তারপর
3 in
1K
total so
তারপরে
far on the world stage, better than all of the other regions we've seen so far. And I gotta say, we are starting to see the hierarchy, right? The hierarchy in the food chain.
100 ডান করো গিভঅ্যাওয়ে হবে
TAG and Vitality, and then big separation.
ওরা আমি যতটুকু জানি আর কি ওরা নিজেদের ফোনে খেলতেছে কারণ একদিন আগে যায় না একদিন রেস্ট নিয়ে না তার নতুন ফোন দিবে না ওদের অন্তত 3-4 দিন আগে ফোন দিবে তাই না ওরা গেছে সামনের কত তারিখে জানো গেছে মানে খেলা শুরু হওয়ার একদিন আগে গেছে সাইডে বুঝছেন রাতে গেছে ওরা পরের দিন সারাদিন রেস্ট নিতে তারপরে দিন শুরু করছে
this streak. And from what I've seen so far, South Asia not only is streaking, but they're also on a very hot streak. TG and Lion gonna drop off at the same time here. Dela takes a bit of chip damage. Gonna drop off at the very top of this watchtower.
Bhai, কি কমেন্ট করতেছ উনি তো পারে না বুঝছেন সাহেব ভাই ও সাবাস সাহেব ভাই ভাই নোবরা হেডশট করা কাস্টম মানে টেট কইেন
Just completely
TGর অবস্থা খারাপ সাহেব ভাই
I'm almost certain that it was on purpose by TG.
TGর অবস্থা খারাপ
and lost it. But I believe TAG also doing the same, dropping onto Aurora.
কি করতেছে এটা
খেলা পারে না মিদুল ভাই TGর অবস্থা খারাপ TG শেষ
previous round now converting it more TG though because of their earlier
TS শেষ হবে
team to get wiped out.
TEC 38 পয়েন্ট ভাই লাভ নাই 7 ভাই এখন একটা সুযোগ আছে যদি পারে আর কি সোলটা যদি হয় তাহলে আর কি পারতে পারে
managing to be able to just equalize here, bringing that teammate into the game.
Even wipe out.
Somehow
সোল আর এসে লায়ন এই দুইটা যদি ওয়াইপ আউট হয় তাহলে ভাই তাহলে একটা সম্ভাবনা আছে আর কি
on these long range fights.
বুঝছেন এই ম্যাচে
ভিটালিটি যাক বুঝেন না
ট্যাগ হইছে টিসি রেকন ট্যাগ কোন আর হইছে ওই ট্যাগ রেকন আমরা যে কি জানি বলা ওটা কমেন্ট
in terms of momentum forward.
Incredible stuff so far.
আচ্ছা বাজাও তুমি 12 গেম 14টা বাজাও সমস্যা নাই যত কমেন্ট করবা তত বেশি আরো রিস্ক পাবে 12টা লাইক হয়ে গেছে তাহলে লাইক করে দেন
pieces Sorora actually eliminated Dela
যতটা পারো 12টা বাজাও সমস্যা নেই আমার কোনো সমস্যা নেই তুমি 12টা যাও 12টা গেম 14টা বাজাও 12টা বাজালে তো কম 14টা লাগবে না 24টা বাজাও
TAG that ran into them early on so it might just keep on paying forward right now.
Interesting enough, this area is just so hot right now. It feels like everyone that just meets up with Lion is just falling like flies. Great shot onto Zeus as well. Where Joker has been holding on. And I have to say, this hold and positioning coming in from Lion allows them not only crossfires but also be able to go for these trades in case need to be. But Jun is rallying back. He wants to start something here. Wants to be able to flush away Joker from this corner.
ইয়াতে যদি আমার ভালো একটা মানে ইউটিউবে যদি ভালো মানে একটু ই হয় মানে লাইভে যদি ভালো সাবস্ক্রাইব করছেন তাহলে আমি ইউটিউবটা ধরে রাখবো
So a positive outcome.
দুই দিনে ভালো মোটামুটি ভালো সাউন্ড পাইতাছি কারণ সামনে দেখি কি হয়
দেখে থাকতে হবে
Axel though trying to back up his teammate.
প্রতিদিন লাইভ শর্টস আপলোড
always reliable as a pillar of Aurora Gaming.
কি মাইর দিল এটা
Now the rescue mission begins. He's Games King. That's the tag.
Bye মার একটা মার
The
আরে
Axel
ছি আর
going
নমস্তে
big right now.
এই দুইটা স্নাইপার চালাইতেছে
Back in
দুইজনে
the
দেখেন
equation, Aurora Gaming stand
ওই দেখেন
tall.
ওই দেখেন কি
This
করছে
is looking real good
Lion
as
Della.
well. Aurora finally being able to be a little bit methodical with how they
এই
play
যে ওদের
their
দেখেন এই
nice
রেড লাইন আছে না
crossfires
রেড
really
লাইনের
hold.
ই বাইরে
Almost
বের
a
হইতে পারবো
pizza
না
cutter shape if you think about it. Being able to just play off one
ওই
another
দেখেন
here.
লাগাই দিছে
Now Lion
লায়ন
just
মনে
now
হয়
was the team to start off hot. And now they are the ones trying to just run away for dear life.
ওই
and
যে
for
কি,
dear
কি দুইটা
life.
kill করছে?
The
No,
Balanesh used.
ও
And
ভাই
DEC being
হ্যাঁ
able
ওপি
to
ওপি
just
ওপি
really read
চলবো
the
খেলবো খেলবো
benefits
ওপি
here.
হবে
But
হবে
they
হবে
are
হবে
done. They know where
আজকে
the
হবে
Booyah and
হবে
Batik are.
হবে 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 মারোই
Away with the utility and those nades.
আর এই
Taking
স্কটটা
this
নিয়ে আমার
very,
লেবো
very
এই স্কটটা
slow.
নিয়ে ভাই
Three
কোনো
elims
মতে এই
already
স্কটটা নিয়ে
in the bag. Also aware that Vitality also joining in the fight.
Okay.
Koja will be here first, stealing away some
Mar, mar, mar.
members.
Yeah,
They
that's
are
it.
somewhere
Little
through there,
bit, little
reaping the
help from.
benefits and the hard work DEC. And Koja
এরা কি
putting in the
support দেয় না কেন
pressure.
ভাই?
Rahat solo forward.
নিজত কি
His
করতেছে
teammate not able to cross up on another. Dix here with the Valen dash, breaking down
আরে
all the walls and cleans
ভাই
up
এনে
the
বোকামি
rest
করলো
of
ভাই
the
বোকামি
team.
ছাড়া কিছু না
রাহাত
DRS
ডাউন
out
হয়ে
in the-
গেছে
out
এইবার
from
তো আর
the game as well. The double sniper setup
এসে
from Team
এসে
Vitality
এসে
paying
লগে
off.
লাগবো এই যে ভিটালিটির
Completely uncontested in the
এসে একটু লাগবো।
situation. And it's
Vitality.
also pretty unfortunate that TEC
ভিটালিটি তো
didn't have an
মেরে
answer
দিল
to
ভাই
that. Dera gets to a vending
শেষ
machine.
ভাই
The revive
Wipe
train will start. SAUL
TEC
doing the same
wipe
as well.
ওয়াইপ আউট
As they did run in the team secret.
কই
Bunny into GD. Gets
না
trained.
কুটুস বের হইছে
No
ওই যে ওয়াইপ
confirmation there.
আমনে খুব
At
হামিয়া
least not for SAUL. TEC
কুটুসে
removed.
মারছে
হ্যাঁ ওই যে দেখলেন না যে
What is
ওয়াইপ
that
আউট দেখেন
happening right
না না
now?
আমি কুটুসে দেখলাম তো
Shiro also getting
শেষ শেষ আর লাভ নাই লাভ নাই বাংলাদেশি টিম এসে যদি কিছু করতে পারে তাহলে যাইতে পারবো তাছাড়া আর কেউ যাইতে পারবো না
আসলে ভাই,
এই শেষ যদি পারে ভাই আরএসকে পুরা ডিসব্যান দেবো জানেন পুরা ডিসব্যান ওদের মানে আরএসকে আরএসকে নাম না টিসি টিসি তো আমরা যে ওদের নাম জানি ওদের তো যে কি বলে তো মাসে মাসে 1.5 লাখ টাকা করে বেতন পায় এখন টিসি থেকে তাই না
ওই জন্য তো ওদের ভাই এই অবস্থা গেম
আচ্ছা সাইব ভাই ডিসি ডিসকর্ডে যে আমার ইয়েতে আসেন তো ওটা কি বলে আমার চ্যানেলে আসেন চ্যানেল বলে যে আমার ওই
Live Lion might pay a
আমার
second
সার্ভারে
visit
আহেন
to
আমার সার্ভারে
Aurora.
আহেন আপনি ইনভাইট
Did
দিয়েছেন
show up. Joker
আচ্ছা ঠিক
trying
আছে
to run away. I believe he almost got ran down.
জয়েন
by both Jun and
এইটা
Suez
নাকি
in
যেটা
the vehicle. Kororo from far, it's off screen. So Tyrell
হ্যাঁ
actually
এটা এটা এটা
leaped when
এই
watches
ইয়েতে
Joker
মিদুল
out in the
তুমি
open.
আসো
Can Jun find a shot here? The rest of his teammates from the side of Lion, they don't
Sarvar
even have
আসো,
the
Sarvar
clearance of
আসো।
angles. It's
মিদুল
Axel
তোমার
pins
ইনভাইট
down
দিতেছেন
Della.
সার্ভারে আসো
Separation
দিছি,
done
দেখো।
very, very
সাইডে
well.
কথা শোনা যায়
Aurora
না?
Gaming isolating the
হ্যাঁ, হ্যাঁ, শোনা যায়,
individual
একদম।
players. Drip Tyrell out,
আচ্ছা আমি
games
এখানে
game.
লাইভ দিয়ে দিই
ওনারা-
আপনারা এখানে
Flushed
আপনি
out
এখানেও
into
দেখেন
the
এখানে
open.
দেখেন
Tagged again. They call for June to turn around.
Easy.
Games King gets knocked down.
Another just rush forward. Joker that somehow managed to cross over, but
মিদুল কই সার্ভার তোমার তো ই দিয়ে দিলাম আমি
Aurora, two members going to be marking him, going to cross through together.
আচ্ছা ওর লিংকটা আমি
Too much damage
ফেসবুকে
Della
গেলে তো
but onto
সমস্যা
the other side. Joker not able to hold on.
মিদুল এখানে আসো এই ইনভাইট দিছি আমি তুমি ডিসকর্ডে যাই দেখো ইনভাইট দিছি তোমার ইনবক্সে
A124 to disable whatever abilities that
তোমার
he
ইনবক্সে
has.
দেখো তোমার ইনবক্সে
Again,
দেখো
Lion,
দিছি
like you pointed out earlier on, they started off good with multiple eliminations, but ever since then, there's nothing but a
ফুল
whimper.
প্রেসার দিমু আজকে যা আছে ভালো
Aurora, they're rocking 11, their best round so far. I mean, yesterday they did set a record for the most eliminations and total points in a single game. So let's see. I mean, if they get the second win, the stars align this
আচ্ছা,
game.
ও
We might
ম্যাচে
see that
ম্যাচে
record
আছে
again. Vitality now firing
আসবে
on
এখন
Straw Hats.
দিয়ে রাখছেন
Yeah,
না
an
উনি জয়েন
aggressive
করেন
attack as well. The Straw Hats forced to move away into a tiny corner.
মিদুল ভাই
of
জয়েন
that
করেন
zone.
আপনাকে তো
But
দিয়ে দিছে
Vitality wants
হ্যাঁ,
to
তারপর
go
জয়েন
in
করো,
for
জয়েন
that
করো, মিদুল জয়েন
chase.
করো।
Koja
তোমার তো
always
link দিয়ে
out
দিছিলাম
there with
Discord-এ।
the opening. And the Straw Hats were just not ready for them in
তোমার
that
Discord
cross
নাও আছে
down.
কিনা? এটাই
No
বলো। এই
reaction
যে
means
এসে এসে উপর
space
pressure
given
দিচ্ছে
to
Vitality।
Vitality to be able to just rush
দেখছেন?
forward here. Dix rushes
এই যে
through
যে
Valiant
link
and
দিয়ে দিছে,
perfectly
মিদুল
done
কই,
for
মিদুল
a
দ্বারা message
double.
ভাই
And
এসে
the
এসে
collapse
পিছে
is
যাওয়ার
so
ট্রাই
good in
করতেছে
the
দেখেন
Straw
লং
Hats.
শট মেরে
Possibly not anticipating
একটা
how
গেছে, দুইটা
aggressively
গেছে।
Team Vitality will be able to just overcome
ফাইট শুরু
them.
রাহিব ভাই
This was something
হ্যাঁ
that I believe Neptune and
এসের
Lucius
সাথে ভিটালিটির
discussed
ফাইটটা
earlier
দেখেন
on.
এসে
The
বুয়ার
one
সব
of the
কিছু
clips
করতে
in the
পারবে
hands
নাকি
of
ভিটালিটি
Koja as
আহা
they
দুজনকে ডাউন দিয়ে দিছে
changed their
এসে
playstyle
ভাই এ
from
ভাই
not
আমি
having
তো পাই
double
গেলাম
snipers but having a very aggressive front. So the bottom of Eclipse plus the
শেষ
value dash, you break
আর
down the
কোনো
blue
আশা
walls,
ভরসা নাই
and you use the ray ability on
নিয়ে
your
যা
enemies.
সাপোর্ট করতেছি নিয়ে
It
সেই উড়ে যাচ্ছে
instantly
আচ্ছা না না
removes
খুব ভালো
them
দিমু একটা
from the fight. And they
কোন
are
কুন্ডার দেওয়া যায় ডিসপ্লে করা শুরু করি
ফ্যালকন
I remember
ফ্যালকন
talking about
ফ্যালকন
how outside
আচ্ছা,
this is
full support
only a
Falcon.
Clash Squad exclusive, but Team
ফুল সাপোর্ট
Vitality
ফ্যালকন
are trying to bring that potential into Battle Royale. So far, the results have been positive.
দেখবেন ফ্যালকন ট্যাগের কাছে উড়ে
Nervous
যাবে
with this rotation coming in from Team
Full
Vitality.
support
Does
Falcon
cross
আজকে।
by SAUL. Could potentially run into Team Seeker and GD as well. So
ওরা ভাই ওরা
all of them are on this one
সেই
vehicle.
লেভেলের
This
প্লেয়ার
word is gonna
ওদের উপরে কোনো প্লেয়ারই নাই
be not so great for them, but I don't
Falcon,
think they're gonna be caught out
আরেকজনকে
quite
আমি
yet. Regardless, as we go straight to the circle here,
choice-এ
just
রাখছি।
so many teams there where Vitality is. And I think they're a bit aware that
মিডল
something
লাস্ট
might
না
be
কেন
close by.
ও ডিসকটা কি ডিসকটা ডিও
Just
বুঝা
checking back on the radar, TAG making a very, very
আচ্ছা
late
আচ্ছা
rotation
এই
this
মিডল
time.
হ্যালো
Coming in from the south side.
হ্যালো মিদুল ভাই
They've been doing this
voice
for the
off.
past few rounds.
Hello, hello, hello.
The pace is slightly
মাইক অফ
slower.
করে কথা বলে
But we're
Mic
into
off.
Vitality against Secret.
ভাই
Another rematch now on the mountain, on the hill. Vitality opting to go
চুপ
for
করে
the
আছে
low
দেখছেন
ground.
ওই যে মাইক অন অফ
That means
করতেছে
Team
ভাই
Secret will get a bit of an advantage as the Blues
Discord
close in
key,
again.
ভাই।
But even for
Key,
Team
ভাই।
Secret, they don't really want to push the
ফালাই দাও
advantage.
তোমার ডিসকট ফালাই দাও
Relying on the UAV to scout out
পিসিতে যদি
intel.
থাকো তাহলে ডিসকটে হয়তো
As both
সমস্যা
them
হয়েছে
and
পিসিতে যদি
Vitality
থাকো আর ফোনে থাকলে
part ways in
তোমার
opposite
তুমি
directions.
দুষ্টুমি করতেছো
No one really wants to really come in on this fight, and TAG, this rotation
Don't
is
me,
just
আমি কি
looking
আপনাদের মতো
really
foul
rough
লোক?
on them as well. You start to see SAUL
I see.
putting in a bit more pressure as they try to
ছোট ভাই আসছে
rotate
এই
into
এতে
the
দেন
area.
ডিসকট আমি
They
লাইভ
do
দিয়ে দিছি
make
ওটা
it
থেকে
in
দেন
there, though, and
দেন
this is where things get
মানে
interesting because Noor currently doesn't
full
really have the
pressure
support from
দিতেছে
his teammates. Troll
আমি
out there in the open,
আমি
so
YouTube
they're
থেকে
in a position to trade off one
হ্যাঁ।
another. And on top of that as well, you see Vitality definitely
হ্যাঁ।
hearing the sounds, rotate
আর
over
কই আর
to
প্লেয়ার
as
কই
well.
আর কই
Look at this split from TAG. They definitely know that
Middle.
there's a third team around. Because Troll was stolen away. KD
Middle.
got bit of a boost. Just
পরে
enough
কি
to get
এটা
into
তো
the safety
কও
of his
আজকে
teammates.
কারে সাপোর্ট দেওয়া যায় কও
The warm embrace
Full
from
support
the
দেয়া
blue
দেবো,
wall.
full
Red
power
timing
দেবো,
them
full
out
power.
from Joel. He's gonna catch Tahyujan on the cross.
এই যে তুমি
ভিটালিটিতে দেন না
Now
ভিটালিটিতে
TAG
দেন
out in the
না
open. The Chrono Dome
আচ্ছা
keeps
ভিটালিটি
them
আজকে ফুল সাপোর্ট
alive
ভাই
and healthy.
ভিটালিটি
TAG
ওদের মতো
forced to
টিমই নাই আজকে
backtrack
ওরা
and
বুইয়া
retreat
নিব
a
ভাই
step. The captain now down, Sibank
হ্যালো হ্যালো
gets
হ্যাঁ,
the
বলো, বলো।
confirmation here. Tahyujan found
আমি
by
আর সাইড
Joel.
যদি থাকি দুও
Get a double
খেলি
snipers.
সাইড স্নাইপার আর আমি মানে যে ইচ্ছা যা ইচ্ছা লোক
তুমি চোখ বন্ধ করে মরবা
চান্সই তো
তুমি চোখ বন্ধ করে মরবা আর কোনো কথা আছে তোমার
একবার
তুমি চোখ বন্ধ করে
আরে
মরবা
আমি আর সাইবে ন
Make a magic happen.
আচ্ছা রাকিব ভাই শুনেন
হ্যাঁ।
আজকে হচ্ছে টাইটেল দিবেন যে কাস্টম
হ্যাঁ 1 ভার্সেস 1
আপনার না না আপনার অডিয়েন্সের
It's loud down
ডাক
there,
দিবেন
especially
ওটা
since
আপনি আমি
TAG
মিদুল
has
ভাই
been
ওটা আপনার
an
অডিয়েন্সরা থাকবে
unstoppable force for the last few maps. And Vitality very
বুঝছেন,
happy
custom
with
match
this
হবে।
outcome, really doubling
না না
up
এই
the
টাইটেলে
situation.
দিব
But
হলো
now
যা
দুই
they're
দিনে
trapped.
7টা
time pass.
Don't
সাবস্ক্রাইবার
have
বাড়ছে
space in the
বুঝছেন
zone
দুই দিনে
and
7টা
pressured
বাড়ছে
by
সাবস্ক্রাইবার
the Falcons as well. Who've definitely been waiting for the
এই
right
আমি একটু
timing
recent
to
damage.
stop the rampage
বুঝছেন
coming
ভিটালিটি
in
থেকে
from the
সাপোর্ট
Hornets.
দিচ্ছেন সবাই ভিটালিটির একটা উড়ে গেছে অলরেডি
Falcons have been quiet so far.
আছে আর তিনটা।
Only 3 eliminations on the board, but
ওই দেখেন ওইটাও শেষ মনে হয় ওই দেখেন
Play style,
ভিটালিটির
I
সাপোর্ট
think.
দেওয়ার অবস্থা দেখছেন
After the
ফ্যালকন
past two
ফ্যালকন
rounds where
ফুল সাপোর্ট ফ্যালকনের মতো
aggression
প্লেয়ারই নাই
ended up being detrimental to them. They are
আচ্ছা,
now
ফ্যালকনের মতো
getting
প্লেয়ারই নাই
হয়তো জানা
They're gonna run into Lion first. Not the first encounter, but
মিদুল ভাইয়ের
Lion has
কথা ক্লিয়ার
bested them
আসতেছে না
early on, I believe, on game 2.
মিদুলে নেট ফালাই দাও কি নেট
Kina,
চালাও
good
হ্যাঁ
angle. Limit wants to join him as well. Blue zone is gonna hurt both them and Lion, but Lion
ফ্যালকন ফাইট
looking
উইথ লায়ন
to
চলেন
get into the circle as quick as possible.
দেখি তো
Caves King barely alive at the end of that
ভাই,
on
Lion কি
fire,
করতেছে
making sure
দেখছেন?
to
এই
put in
Falcon
that
আবার
pressure.
উপরে উঠে।
Joker as well taking a lot of damage.
Nice.
But
আট এমনি
nice
বেস্ট করে
shot
দাও এই
coming through here,
বারামো 10000
knocking
কেবি
down one of the members from the Falcons. So the Falcons, not only did they try to pressure,
আচ্ছা,
but
10,000
out of all of
দিতে দেয়
that,
কোনো,
losing
কোনো।
2 members in that process.
Don't
Being
bet,
able to
don't
get
bet.
into the zone is going to be painful, but they still shoot back here with one of the members of Lion dropping
ফ্যালকন ভাই
into their
ফ্যালকনের মতো
pockets.
প্লেয়ারই
But
নাই
Joker will pay for
হ্যাঁ, ওই যে
his
Falcon
life.
শেষ,
Being knocked down as well.
আর দুইটা
Both
আছে।
teams just
Falcon
evaluating
আরেকটা
each
আছে।
other and paying the price.
তো
Unfortunately, in this
আমার
case,
কারা হয়ে গেছে
Limit
সোল খাইছে
left to his own devices again. Limit,
Middle ভাই।
2-1.
মিদুল ভাই
He do it this time. Do it again on the biggest
বুঝবেন
of
না আমি
stage.
আমরা আপনার কথা কর সুযোগ
Recovery
দিতেছেন
done
আমি
by
খেলবই নাই
Lion.
গেম জান
2v1 situation. Limit
কও না কেন?
doesn't really have much left in the bank as well.
তো আমি কথা বলতেছি ওনার সাথে
8
উনি
blue
কি
walls.
হ্যালো মৃদুল
10
হ্যালো
kids. But
গেছে নাকি
so much open
কি
area
হইছে?
to cover.
তুমি মিয়া তুমি ফাউল বুঝছো
finds the 11th point
Foul.
for the team.
We only started to
আপনার
see
live stream
Falcons
আছে
come
না?
online just a few moments
Yes.
ago, and as soon as they showed their hands,
লাইভে
suddenly
আছে
they're in
তাই কি
trouble.
হ্যাঁ
And somehow through that, the
Live
Falcons
stream
were trying to shut
খেলে
down the
ভালো
Hornets,
আপনি
but it's
এই
the
সব
Hornets
কথা
that
আমরা
still
কি লাইভ
survived till
না
the
আপনি
end.
বলবেন যে একটা
Regardless, times are
ভালো
taking shifts
ফাউল
of the zone is
আচ্ছা আচ্ছা
coming.
এই যে লাইভ স্ট্রিম আমি বললাম
ভালো খেলে খারাপ খেলে
Taking the
খারাপ
time,
খেলে
knowing
গেলা
that
তুমি
Team
যদি ভালোই
Secret
খেলে
is
থাকো তো
close
খারাপ
by.
খেলে গেলা বলো
ওই যে ফ্যালকনের সাপোর্ট দিয়ে দেখেন কি
Somehow
অবস্থা
still
করছে
surviving as well through
রাকিব
that
ভাই কোথায়
chaos.
গেছে
Still alive as a
Sen.
two. There are so many times
Nilbhai.
that Games King nearly getting knocked down.
ভাই আমি তো
Being able
এই
to
জায়গায় কে কি
stabilize.
খেলতেছেন
And we talk about certain constants so
Arey
far
miya,
in the
apni
survival
gaane
stage, and
bhai
Vitality
Tumhe
has
no
been
belega.
that constant.
ফ্যালকন নাই না ও ভাই সাহেব দেখেন এখন কারে সাপোর্ট দেওয়া যায় কোন
More than prepared.
এখন
ওই
Right.
এখন
as
লায়নের
টিএস
সাপোর্ট
টিএস সাপোর্ট ফুল সাপোর্ট টিএস
They knew the risk
Yes.
of crossing
full
over. They
support.
didn't really
Middle-
have
middle
too
ভাই আপনি কাকে support
much
দিবেন
of
বলেন?
a choice. It felt like a desperation play in terms of that rotation. A Team Seeker very
ওই যে
happy.
Vitality
Falcons
ওরে
are trying to
আল্লাহ
take this fight up against Gun Dynasty.
সেকেন্ডের মধ্যে
Gonna be opening it up here.
নামদের
Team
সাপোর্টটা
Secret
কেমন
needs
লাগছে?
some chip damage to come through, but Gun Dynasty
মিদুল ভাই বলেন
making
এখনো
sure to
সময়
hunker
আছে
down.
অরোরা লায়ন না
But as
জিডি না
fast as the glue walls were set up, it is broken with
GD,
the valiant
GD.
dash forward.
GD,
But
ঠিক আছে,
will
GD.
go
ওকে
down.
আমনে কোন আমনে অরোরা
Team Secret
আমি তো
ready
লায়ন
to
বলে দিলাম,
receive.
লায়ন।
Rushes
লায়ন, আমি
forward
হচ্ছে
and
TS
crunches them one by
ঠিক আছে,
one.
GD, TS,
Completely
লায়ন, ঠিক আছে।
overwhelming the rest of Gun Dynasty.
অলরেডি
কে আগে
জিডি
মরে?
টিএসএল লাগছে
Name of
জিডি
T-Quay as
টিএসএল
well.
লাগছে
এটাই দেখতেছি আমি কথা কই না আরে কথা কই না আগর
But that's pretty much it. JD now stuck in a rock and a hard place.
বলেন
Intervention
না
coming
ওদের
in.
ডিস্টার্ব
Aurora,
হইতেছে
they want to join the fight. The party's not a party without a Malaysian
কি হবে?
team. 12 eliminations on the
জিডির
board.
একটা শেষ, মিতুল ভাই
Something that
টিমের
was
একটা
highlighted
শেষ।
early on when they get the second win.
এখন
They might be able to
আরেকটা
do it.
শেষ
T-Quay steps on the landmine.
টিএসএরও
That goes down.
রাকিব ভাই
T-Quay
টিমের
follow
একটা শেষ
Aurora, reaping the
অরোরা শেষ ভাই কুফা ভাই কুফা কি লেভেল কুফা ভাই
They're just so aggressive and great timing as well.
Time.
Different aggression seen throughout the
কি
entire
লেভেল
game.
কুফা হয়ে গেল ভাই এটা
Surviving as a two just now barely
ভাই আমি
alive.
তো পড়তেছি বলে
Will be the last
ভাই
one
অরোরা
standing.
সাপোর্টে কেউ নেই অরোরার ফুল টিম
They
দিয়েছে
can do this. There's a very
Vanilla.
good
ভাই
chance.
আপনি রাকিব ভাই তাহলে পর্তুগিজের টিম বুঝছেন
ওই যে টিএস শেষ
I think Aurora has done it, right?
Should
The first
be.
booyah for Malaysia
হ্যাঁ,
on the
এবার
world
মিদুল ভাই
stage.
উড়ে
There it
যাবে
is,
মিদুল ভাই
Aurora
উড়ে যাবে
Gaming.
জিডি উড়ে যাবে
4 years
লায়ন
in the
বেঁচে থাকবে
making.
লায়ন
And here we are, Aurora Gaming.
হাই
locks
হাই
in
লায়নকে মারছে
First booyah
হ্যাঁ।
in 4 years for Malaysia.
আমনে
আরে লায়ন বেঁচে আছে
আমনে
না
ডিসকর্ডে দেখতেছেন না না আমার লাইভ
Great
দেখতেছেন
seeing this from them. Definitely a team.
আমার
I
live
would
বাদে
say
Discord-এ
that is
দেখেন।
the epitome
আমার live
of
এ
taking
ই
it
আছে।
step
আমি তো-
by step.
এই মেয়ে অরোরা জিতে গেছে।
Okay, go again. And slowly throughout this day, they start to
এই
heat up,
Discord-এ
start to
Discord-এ
improve,
Discord-এ দেন,
and
Discord-এ
getting
দেন।
it finally
Discord-এ
in
দাবি
map
বেশি ভালো।
5.
And once more, the
আমি আগে
story of
কি
the
কইছি,
survival
Aurora।
stage up to the halfway point
আপনি
has
জিডি
been
বলছেন রাকিব ভাই
the
টিসি
proving grounds
আমি
of the
লায়ন বলছি
hopefuls. Aside
Aurora
from
বলছি,
Vitality,
Aurora বলছি।
every of the other
Aurora
favorites
বলছিলাম।
have been
আমাদের
casted
negative
aside
number।
temporarily. We see India get 3 booyahs in a row, and then Malaysia
Right.
adds themselves
সেই আছে
onto that name list. The only constant is still Vitality. But I think the bigger threat
আসলে
now
কারেন্ট
are
থাকে
those who
পুরা
are
ডাইলাইট
hungry
যেটুকু
for
আছে
that
পুরাটাই
trophy, and we are seeing that on the main stage.
And you know what's
আমি
crazy?
দেখবো
We're
কারণ এই
only
যে
at
1
the
2 3
halfway mark of the
Right,
day. There's still time for these teams
Ah,
to
busy,
just
Vito
really
is
come
on it.
together.
Okay,
We've seen so many last minute aggression come online, last minute changes that
Right,
really
দেখবেন।
changes the trajectory of this team. Aurora in this
আচ্ছা, সাহেব ভাই,
particular
আপনি
map
থাকেন,
really
আমি
took it
5টা
round
মিনিট
by
আইতাছি,
round,
বুঝছেন?
really took it
5টা
fight
মিনিট।
by fight, and somehow being able to come up on
5
top.
মিনিট।
Let's see what they have to say throughout that game.
মিদুল ভাই শোনেন
কি সেকন্ড
কাস্টম একটা মানা যায় না অনেকদিন পর ফাটাফাটি করার মতো কাস্টম
Take your time,
Let
wise
them,
words. One step at a
এই
time. You got 5 more rounds to go,
Needed.
Aurora. You can do it.
যে সমস্যা এই
There is
সিলেটে
hope.
আপনার
I
কথা
think,
আটকে
you know,
আসতেছে দেখতে পাচ্ছি
When we saw Aurora get off on a,
আমার
on a
কয়েকটা
good foot
friend
this
আছে,
round,
বুঝছো?
I did say, when the
বলতেছে
stars
আমার
align,
কয়েকটা
Aurora
friend আছে,
can
মানে
do it. They
last
set the
time
record
মানে
yesterday.
একদিন
Why not
ডাইকা।
today? It's not a record-breaking round,
Did
but
against
certainly
fight
enough to
Diagito
put
even.
them back in the conversation to contend
ডাকেন
for
তো
the
ডাকেন
top
তো
4.
পিটাবো ধরে
First and
আপনি
second,
আমি
still hard
রাকিব
to
ভাই
break
আর
through for
আপনার
now,
4টা
but we
ফ্রেন্ড
have 5 more
থাকবে
rounds
ঠিক
to do
আছে
that, right? Who's to say by the end of this, Aurora is not going to be
দাদা
in
লেভেল
first place
কম
or any
বড়
other
মানে
of these
যে
contenders. The match standing tells us that Aurora has gotten 30
চাপ নিন না
points to
আমাদেরও
pick
কম
3,
লেভেলের
and
আইডি
that is an incredibly
বুঝতে
advantageous
পারবে না
boost.
বুঝেন নাই
Yeah, should be able to boost them forward
আচ্ছা
just a
আমরা দিয়ে
little
করেন আমি
bit more
র্যাঙ্ক আপ
forward.
করে আমার
But
আবার রিপ্লে
Vitality at Team
আবার
Apex
আপনার
Gaming is
বলছেন
still going to be very, very hard to beat.
ফ্রি ফায়ার
The
খেলবেন
discrepancy of points between the second place and the third place is a lot after all. But once again, if you're able to go in huge in one of these maps, you are able to really play that catch up. And in Free Fire, anything is possible. There are games where you just go out a little bit too early, maybe 0 points, and the next you're just suddenly getting over 30.
And I just gotta say that match standings is the projected match standings for a lot of our fans before today happened, right? With the SCA teams in the front and everyone else on the second page. But hey, crazier things have happened. This is the halfway point. We got more games to come, and we'll be back in just a bit.
hello সাহেব ভাই শোনা যায় না হ্যালো
হ্যাঁ হ্যাঁ ভাই শোনা যাচ্ছে মিদুল ভাই আবার কি মিয়া গেম খেলতে গেছে
All right, give it up once again for Aurora. First booyah for Malaysia, 4 years in the making. Now that is amazing, and that is exactly what EWC is all about. The surprises, the suspense. I am so happy for them, Yunso.
Yes, totally happy for Aurora Gaming since this is the first booyah. Finally, we can see a comeback from Malaysia teams, and I'm so happy for that. But I must talk about TAG. Souls or overall Indian teams, they are on fire today. We can all see that, and if I remember, maybe currently they're at the first ranking, right?
Bhavir mobile ta live boy then table
But let's go back to Aurora for a little bit, okay? That fight, that last circle was so amazing. I mean, going against a Lion, and of course, going against the team that is more favorable is always a hard thing, but they had the high ground. The first booyah once again for Malaysia. The positioning and the way they're reading the game is just so top notch this time.
Exactly, they move very stable. All of their gameplay, game security, even the teamwork is very perfect during the game. And we can all see the effort that they all put out. And overall, of course, we have to say, Aurora Gaming, after 3 days, this is the third day, right? Yeah, they have been doing the best, and finally they got something sweet for themselves.
Yeah, but we're talking about your team for a little, can we?
Sure.
What exactly is going on with Team Secret? Your team keeps clashing with mine, Fatality. I mean, yeah, we have been seeing Fatality consistently making it to at least top 5, but can you just please stop bumping into our team?
Hello, we only got 4 slots.
Pagol
My
hai
team is suffering, trying to get that slot as well.
Messi
But
আর
I
ওর
do
তো 8
understand
গোল
your
আছে
frustration, of course, because we're all trying to getting a slot. But at this moment, I still can see Team Secret is still playing their best, still very stable, not trying to mess everything up, especially Tegui. As you can see, a very crazy kid, trying to have fun in this tournament, and of course, but at the end, overall, still having some errors, still having some issues, but I think after this game, they're still fine to top 4. Yeah, overall, nothing happened. But why do we always meet Team Vitality and Team Secret? Always meet in a circle.
That is my question too. But hey, you saw the map reveal. It's Nextera. Nextera is our next map, and I think this would be a great place for the Southeast Asian teams to once again show them what they're made of. I think it's time for us to go back to the casters.
Yes, and let's go back to the caster.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. My name is AJ. I'm the Mustachio down here with the one and only Lucifer. We're going to be bringing you guys through the final 5 games of the day. Next match going to be next Terra. This is
hello.
Hey, the mad mother koi
This is where those
So
shots
do tinna bondhure niya ho, tomar 2-3 bondhure niya ho Discord
are going to come alive, Lucifer.
Next
আগে সামনে
we saw Team Apex Gaming already get a booyah
আমি তোমার মতো
today.
লুচ্চা না
We're
বুঝছো
going back to it, the randomized
আমার
map.
কথা শুনেন
And next
হ্যাঁ, বলো।
should be a place
Hello.
again Southeast.
বলো বলো
Hello.
বলো বলো বলো
হ্যাঁ রাকিব ভাই
বলো
Because
আপনার
all
এই
the
যে
other Southeast Asian teams are fighting amongst themselves, trying to take away the
তো
points.
কেমনে
So
কমো
Asians
আমরা
are
খালি
trying
বল
to
কত
rank.
লাগাই দিয়েছেন চুপ থাকবেন
Everyone for themselves at this point of time. Yes,
শোনেন,
we can rally together as a nation, but out there on
আপনাকে
the battlefield, ICU.
আপনাকে ইনস্টাগ্রামে দুইটা ভিডিও দিছে ভিডিও দিতে একটু লাইভ স্ট্রিমে দেখান ভাইরাল হয়ে যাবে
Massive booyah, 34-pointer on next
লাইভ
Terra.
স্ট্রিমে আগে আমি মোবাইলে দেখে
After
নেছি
that game, they haven't really been looking like
live.
a major run just yet. Let's see
দ্বিতীয়
if we
মানে
can jump
সেকেন্ড
back to
নাম্বারটা
that.
জোস
Solara
বুঝছেন
wasn't
ওটা
too
একটু
bad for
দেখেন
them, but
এই যে এটা
Purgatory really tested the squad. A early exit from the
I'm
lobby,
well
only
now.
picking up a total of 6
আরে
points.
উনি
একটু
যে
দেখেন
ভাই এটা দিলে এটা দেওয়া যাবে না।
লাভ বান্ডেল দিছেন
না ভাই যেগুলা দিছে ভাই এগুলা ভাই দেওয়ার মতো না
Yet they need to solidify their spot in the top 4.
You saw the
দেখাইলে
field. This is
মানুষের
where
নামার
right
লাইভ
now,
Yeah.
most eliminations it's KD God
He
at
died.
21 being the agile and also doing the heavy lifting.
আমি
Yes, they
এটা
have to
দেন
continue it, but for the time being, it's going to be
এইটা দেন, আমি যেটা
a
দেখে
center, a clash between 3
আচ্ছা
squads.
তুমি যখন এত করে
Total
বলতেছো
Gaming,
দেখায়
Lion, as well as Vitality, and Vitality have been fighting since game
মানে
number 1.
বানায় কে ভাই আমার কথা হইলো এটা কে বানায় কে ভদ্রলোকটা কে
Still got the mini Uzi in the hand. Joker on the other hand,
আমাদের
defending
মাঝে
on his
মিটু
stealth
কিছু
fights to
মেসেজ
quickly
দিয়েছে
back
আমরা
away
দেখি
from the
সেই
engagement.
মেসেজগুলো
Koja finding a knock onto Della. And Shanky saying, nope, this is not for me. Although he does have a good gun in hand, they don't want to
Rakib
take
bhai,
those
আমাকে
risks
নিয়ে
just
গেছো দিছেন
yet.
নাকি
Looking to
না,
quickly
না, না, এটা
reposition
হ্যাঁ,
out
আপনি
there
live
as
দেয়।
Lion
ভাই, আমাকে
well
নিয়ে
with
গেছো
the
দিলে
rest
দিয়েন
of
না
the players on
Live
the side
দেয়।
of Vitality Dix. They come out the
মানুষ শেষ
equation
করে
already.
দিবে।
Koja bleeding out, and Joel says, this battle is just not for me.
Lion,
ও
Games
আচ্ছা
King, we spoke about it. He's picking up pace,
বুঝতে পারছি,
gets
হ্যাঁ।
the information of the
Haaland আর
players
মেসি।
fallen of Vitality. On the other end, SHUL
এটা তো দুই
bringing
নাম্বারটা
their very
আর এই যে এটা
start.
দেন এটা
That's
দেন
picks on Straw Hats. Now, Toll Gaming might be late, but they are there to strike. It's going to be Aztec on Games King.
এই ম্যাচ
Puts
শুরু
him
হয়েছে
down.
আমরা কি করতেছি
Should be getting confirmation very soon, and Joker has to tuck his tail and make a run, but he's moving in the same direction where
চার
they
জন
pushed
ওয়াচিং আছেন
their
লাইক
opponents earlier.
লাইকটা করে দেন
Absolutely solid play here from India once again. Total
ইয়া
Gaming
দেখেন আপনি খেলা দেখেন
looking to take over the situation. Aztec go down on the ground. Nobody can save him just yet.
Hey.
Della comes in for the Punisher. Time Turner was pulled
আচ্ছা
out.
সাইবার কি ভাইরাল করব আমরা সাথে কোন
করো 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 ভাইরাল করো করো, করো।
আমাকে শাড়ি পরাইছে জানেন আপনি
দেখি দেখি দাও ডিসকর্ডে দাও ডিসকর্ডে তাড়াতাড়ি তাড়াতাড়ি
আরে না আমি আর দিয়েন না এটা
দাও ডিসকর্ড দাও ওটা না লাইভে দেখাম না আমার মোবাইলটা দেখো
ভাই কালো খালি আছে
ওনার সাথে আমি ভিডিও বলে কথা বলছি আর উনি মিয়া ফাউল লোক কি করতে জানেন না উনি মিয়া
And
ইডিট
therefore,
করে শাড়িটা
Toll
দিতে
Gaming will have a breather, but they have to make a
This
quick
are-
move.
ভাই,
And
ওদের
even
সাথে আছে,
Team
কালো-
Apex Gaming
মিডল দিছ
had to get back their player.
এই দিছ নাকি
Couple of revives very early in the game of next era, and that is bound to happen. A lot of eliminations going back and forth, and Lion now another trouble. That's going to be Team Secret. We already saw Kachita
বলতাছে
as well as Yunsul trying to look forward to steal
এমন
their
এমন
teams in the
কালারের শাড়ি
direction.
পরাইছে
It's
বুঝছেন
Team Secret who have now
Hello.
started it off.
হ্যাঁ হ্যাঁ বলো
এমন এমন
This is a
কালার
replay from early on.
এমন
as
এমন
TRS
কালারের
bumped
শাড়ি
into
পরাইছে
Straw Hats,
পুরো
and unfortunately, Extrov just did not manage to get away
Go
from
down
the
again, down.
situation in time. The VSS in the hands of Alu more than
ওই
enough.
দেন ডিজি টিজি ভাই টোটাল গেমিং শেষ
Woven though caught in a tight little spot here. Shoto dropping by to see if he can help out his buddy. It is the wild west out here. Woven
এই
getting his
শেষের
blue
উপর
walls
ফুল
broken
প্রেসার
down. Zuez wants those shots. But it's now a 2v1.
আমার তো যে
Zuez has to
Aurora
back away
দাদা
from this battle. Azriel looking for that flank. If he can find this position, he might just be able to punish the Indian squad. Sahil John, he's on the back lines and Azriel has no idea about it.
এটা কি
Finally
করবে
had
ভাই
to put up a glue wall to stop that. And now Shoto, who was on the front line, will be shut down by Zuez. Wolvin wants to
Rahim
still
bhai
pick the
dekhten,
axe up. It's not
অবস্থা?
working
হ্যাঁ।
out and Zuez is making mark.
ও এই শেষ আছে চারটা প্লেয়ার আছে টি দুইটা প্লেয়ার বাই টুই শেষ অর শেষ অর শেষ
আপনার লেটে দেখাচ্ছে
না না না
আমার স্ট্রিম থেকে
ভাই
Will survive to fight a little bit more. Now it's all
এই যে,
depending on
one,
where
two.
they find the
Ah,
wreck
একটা
all
আছে,
the way
একটা
back
আছে।
in. Gun Dynasty.
আরে রাকিব ভাই আপনাকে আমি হোয়াটসঅ্যাপে দিলাম আপনি ফোনের মধ্যে দেখেন
for a major recovery. Can they use this
হোয়াটসঅ্যাপে ভাই হোয়াটসঅ্যাপে দিয়ে না মেসেঞ্জার দে
Bennett's out as well. It's all up to Benell and the super savior of the squad does it again.
Always bailing the squad of Gun Dynasty.
WhatsApp
It's
আবার তো
been
off করে রাখছে ভাই
not just doing the eliminations but also bringing them back into the game. That is a lot to
কই
ask
দিছো
from
তুমি
Benell. While he already gave his everything on day one, and that is the reason I feel like Gun Dynasty have not found their best yet.
এটা আগের ম্যাচ
On the
ভাই
other end, DRS, they've always caused trouble for every lobby today, and now
আগের ম্যাচ
Prateek getting closer. Can he put him down? And it is going to be Prateek who puts him down.
Beautiful advantage there for DRS who had the numbers to take on the Falcon player. But now TC towards the vending machine looking to see. He can't help out the rest of his team members. The final player hits a triple Titans Esports will stay alive in the lobby because we still have 12 squads and nobody has been stopped out just yet.
5 games are done now. They know it's time to bring back those eliminations. And Troll Gaming, they're the ones in trouble. Team Apex Gaming, they were troubled by Aurora, and now even Aurora going against Troll Gaming, getting those eliminations quickly. John,
ভাই কি বানাইছো অলরেডি জীবন আমি ভিডিও কলে কথা কমু না
and the last one going out. That is Troll Gaming out of the race, and the very first team here on Nextera.
এদান আমনের একটা এই দেই ছবি দেই দেখেন
brighter side of their performance at this point of time. But we still do have 4
ভাই আপনি আজকে যেটা ইউটিউবে দিছেন না বুঝছেন
and a comeback is definitely possible. We'll have to catch up.
আপনি আজকে যেটা স্টোরিতে আপনি দিছেন আমি চাইলে আপনার পুরো ওই কাহিনী বলে একজন হাতি করা মেয়ের কাহিনী বানাতে
কিছু পারবা না বড় গাদা এদান সাইড বাই মেসেঞ্জারে দিছি
পরে সাইড লাইভ স্ট্রিমে দেখাবো
আচ্ছা বানাও
Time turner pulled out. It's a 2v1 Takuri.
সাইডে আমরা সবাই আছেন WhatsApp ভিডিও কলে কথা বলি
নো
And Falcons will lose yet another player.
এটা কি বর্তমান ছবি নাকি রাকিব ভাই
হ্যাঁ এখন তুইলা দিলা
আচ্ছা M2
are the troublemakers.
এই হ্যালো সাইড ভাই
Try and take these eliminations out. They're going to trouble them with
M24 কি এটা কি এখন জোনের উপর
shuts down Adu. But that's not the only one. Stroix was there. It was a bait and switch. He
মানে
did
এই স্নাইপার এটা কি জোনের উপর মারা যায়
না
এটা মারা যায়
If they want to climb the leaderboard, it has been a rough day for
আমার কাছে
DRS.
ডাবল ড্যামেজের একটা
Best game we've seen out of them so far was Solara.
আপনি যদি চালান তো আপনি ওই যে আইরিশ মাইরিশ নিয়ে
Not enough to really make your way up towards the top. You're looking at the top 4 teams making the
টিসি আছে ভাই টিসি সবার লাস্টে ভাই দেখেন 11 নম্বরে ওই গতবার মতো হতে পারে 11 12
Apex Gaming 5 eliminations in hand so far. Shoto on the way back. He can't get involved in this battle just
গতবার মতো
yet.
হবো আচ্ছা চলেন একটা এই দেয়া যাক
Find a way to survive this
কি বলে
and the
কুফা দেয়া
Indian
যাক
squads like you said preying on each other once again as HUL up against Team Apex Gaming.
Apex এর ফুল সাপোর্ট
It happened in the
Apex
previous
এর full
games as
support.
well, where
ওদের মধ্যে
SHUL
টিম
ended up
বাংলা
getting their booyah,
পুরো
but
বিশ্বে
Wolven
একটাও
out
নাই
chasing Troll. Today it's not been Troll's complete day. We saw Bunny a lot more expressive. Wolven on the other end, he has found eliminations for the team and now running right to the race of Troll. He's only putting glue walls, but it's not going to work out. Tiger surrounding him, but Jack, he helps out somewhere, and Sahil Jack gets taken down. A Troll has an opportunity. Wolven gets closer, and Wolven trying to shut him down, and Troll will fall. But there was an exchange again. It is Jack. They are evening this balance. 1-for-1 elimination trade.
Live delay করা কেন
By the tag players. Team Apex Gaming just showing exactly who their Apex Predator is. Just through positioning, Koja will find a wild one for himself, but unfortunately there's just a knock. They quickly recover and take him out of the equation. Vitality not in a spot to take the fight, but they'll try to force it because Dix just can't run away just yet. Joel with the cover from up top, but unintentionally Leon has just blocked away all of those shots with their positioning. And Vitality will be outnumbered here as they take the fight. Sibeng has been spotted out from afar. He's got the Morse. He will be able to get away from the situation, but can he find a vending machine for the rest of his brothers? Because they are about to fall at the hands of the Lions.
Lion, 12 eliminations in total. Find another. That's Dix going out of the play. On the other end, we spot Sibeng a little too far. Going in for revive, Joel. It's all about that group position, but can he pick this player off? Can Lion take him out of the play, or is it going to be an opportunity? It seems like Vitality do find opportunities. We saw them earlier itself in early game. The fight with Lion, they brought it back. Vitality were able to even wound Total Gaming in that mix.
Now spending some time outside the circle here, Lion. They need to start moving. Just a tad bit entertained by Vitality and Joel. He could not get
আপনার লাইভ করে
the top spot
আপনার লাইভ করে 59 আর আমার
Just
লাইভ
tried to play
দেখে
a little bit
55
off.
Yeah, ভাই আমার জিপি ওর অন্য সাইড আমার জিপি অন্য সাইড আর
But now as Lion try to rotate in
প্রসেসর
ইয়ার কথা
face off
বললাম
against the Falcons
প্রসেসর দেখি না
eventually. Team
প্রসেসরটা
Secret
এনে
versus
সাইড তো
Gun
ভালো লাগে
Dynasty. This is going to be a tough one for Gun Dynasty.
দাঁড়ান যাই
But we've seen them go in for those mad rushes on day one. If they can pull off that aggression level once again.
ভাই লাভ নাই ভাই রাহাত ভাই বাংলাদেশে ভাই ওই রাহাতে
Are so close
ওটা
to
ভাই
the top
রাহাত
four. They not only need to survive, but they need those points.
কেন রাখছে ভাই
But TEC looking to sneak some away off of Gun Dynasty.
Gun Dynasty have not had the best.
দেখি আমার
He might have brought them back into life there at the dead center right now. Team Secret also sharing a close compound. It could be an opportunity for either of these squads, but the one in the race is going to be Team Secrets. As we are at game number 6, everybody knows it's time to make sure that every elimination counts, every circle movement counts, and especially the zone shrinking itself. Right now, shrinking is going to be an opportunity for Lion as Joker gets taken down. FGL as well being used to make sure that there is no option of survival for the player of Lion.
Falcons currently in the top 3, and they want to climb up a little bit higher because they understand Lion, WAG Aurora will not give them any bit of breathing space. And Lion's on fire right now. 16 eliminations in hand already. And obviously jumping to the top is not going to be impossible for this squad if they can stay alive and get to that final circle. But still, placement points wise, it is very risky to get into all of these early battles. It's still too young in the game, although they're just reaching the 11th minute mark. This is where chaos will start to unfold. Vitality, on the other hand, yes, revives after revives after revives. They haven't been able to recover.
Gun Dynasty, they also need a recovery that they need to put. They did it later in the day, but because of that small gap that they had in the early games, they could not make it to the top 4. And right now, that is also the trouble they're facing. Team Secret, they're slowly taking strides, which is working in their favor, and they need to make sure that it continues for them. And if it does, they will be in the top 4. And they are the recent champs, especially from SEA Spring, and they need to make sure they put their footprint here in EWC as well.
You can bet on Team Secret to do that. But I have to say, this has been the best match so far for Gun Dynasty. 10 eliminations and counting. Katie God with a wild AWM shot from afar. And Lion, as expected, spending too long outside the zone. And now with the lightning zone called upon them as well, it's going to be tough, not just to survive, but to find those revives for the squad. We'll have to see how Games King manages this situation. DRS, on the other hand, losing player after player. The shots coming on through. Two teams aiming at them at the same time. Straw Hats under pressure. And the players on the side of Gun Dynasty trying to pick up as many points as possible, as they've got a perfect vantage point here up against Straw Hats.
But Straw Hats, as they're making a run, they will be soon meeting Team Apex Gaming. With Team Apex Gaming, they have their quick attention towards Vitality. Zone's also closing in. Tag have Straw Hats cornered. Shot has been knocked. What can he do here?
Unintentional assist there from Gun Dynasty, and Team Apex Gaming say thank you very much, sir. We will clean up the rest of their act as they shut down player after player, sending these Straw Hats back to the lobby to wait for the next game. 12 eliminations in hand. Team Apex Gaming again looking like the Apex Predators out there. India looking absolutely strong for the day, but now Team Secret, they spent a lot of time in this defensive compound already. Problem is now, they'll have to travel past Gun Dynasty, past DRS to get into the next circle. If they play their timing wrong, Team Secret is going to make another early exit.
Yeah.
Pathway
towards the circle is completely empty. There's only one compound which is
third party core, third party core.
And they're right next to them. Wolven, in the meantime, as Tag is right at the edge of the zone, they get knocked, and continuing that form is going to be Gun Dynasty taking that advantage. KD God also gets knocked. Confirmation coming in from DRS. Earlier Tag were troubling them, and now DRS is taking advantage. Wolven also gets eliminated. Team Apex Gaming, who just had eliminations, who are looking at top 12 in total, now have lost 2 players. Had the vending machine earlier, but because of the zone, it's compromised.
SHUL looking to take down a couple of players before making the move here. Gun Dynasty shutting down the Apex Predators themselves from India. Team Apex Gaming out this time. Team Vitality snuffed out as well. And Falcons up against Team Secret, who turned the tables on them, but Limit single-handedly shutting them down. But unfortunately, the circle and Aurora from afar will put an end to that battle. They take the best advantage, and Team Secret's out as well. SHUL, Aurora,
তার জন্য বেশ আছে ভাই 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 একটা কিছু কর ভাই
জিডিরও 4টা বেশি আছে
ভাই
জিডির একটা ডাউন
জিডি তো
ভাই ডিআরএস প্রেসার এটা একটা বুইয়া আসতে পারে ভাই দেখা যাক
ভাই ভাই ভাই
ইনশাআল্লাহ একটা বুইয়া আসবে আশা করা যায়
ফুল সাপোর্ট ভাই শোল্ডার ফুল সাপোর্ট ভাই শোল্ডার ফুল সাপোর্ট
ভাই একটা বুইয়া আসা দরকার এই সেট বললে যদি মারা যাইতো কোনো হবে অরোরার সাথে এই সেট বলে রাখলে ভালো হবে বুঝছেন
ওরা দুইটা তো লাগতাছে না বম মারে না
আরে ওরা তো টিসি কে প্রেসার দিচ্ছে এই সেট টিসি কে প্রেসার দিচ্ছে দেখছেন ওই যে ফাঁকা মাঠে যে এইটাই ভাই সুযোগ এখন প্রেসার দিচ্ছে আরে ভাই তোমরা ভাই অরোরার দিকে প্রেসার দাও তোমরা কেন টিসি প্রেসার দিচ্ছ দেখছেন অবস্থা ভাই এই যে ঘরটা ধরতে পারলে টিসি বুঝছেন হয়ে যাবে এই ঘরটা ধরতে পারলে
ভাই ভাই ওরা উঠে না ওরা উঠ ভাই ওরা উঠ ফুল সাপোর্ট ভাই সোল
কুটুসলে মনে হয় ডাউন দেয় নাকি দেয় না না
ফুল সাপোর্ট সোল
আরে অরোরার সাথে লাগে না কেন ভাই
ফুল সাপোর্ট সোল সোলডার ফুল সাপোর্ট
খেলে অরোরা পিছনে গেল ওদের পজিশনে এরা আসলো বুঝলাম না এটা কি প্ল্যানিং করে খেলে নাকি ভাই এই যে সেট বুলার অরোরা ওরা টিসি কে আগে মারার জন্য উঠে পড়ে লাগছে ভাই দেখেন অরোরাও কিছু করে না সেট বুললে সেট গুলো অরোরা কিছু করে না ভাই এবার একসাথে
ব্লেড ব্লেড এই যে ব্লেড যাস না আগে যাস না
আগে গেলেই শেষ করবে ব্লেড ভাই ধৈর্য ধরে থাকতে পারে
এই যখন দাজ
গ্রেনেড নাই এদের কাছে গ্রেনেড নাই এই যে ব্লেড এই হে ব্লেড ডাউন খাইতে পারে ভাই ব্লেড ডাউন খাইতে পারে এই যে রাহাত ডাউন শেষ ভাই কুটুস ডাউন খাইছে এবার ফুল প্রেসার দিবে জানেন
ভাই কুটুস তিনটা কিল করছে ভাই দেখেন কুটুস ব্লেড
করছে তো ঠিক আছে কিন্তু ডাউনটা খাওয়া উচিত হলো না তো ভাই এখন প্রেসার দিবে উপর থেকে এদের একটা টিমমেট হারাই ফেললো না এই অরোরার সাথে এই সেট বলে
ফুল সাপোর্ট সোল
they are the ones who have control of the bridge, the compound, the entire open ground. Repositioning that vehicle, looking to quickly get to the opposite side of the circle if they need to, but they want to see what the move is like from SHUL as well as Titans Esports. You can see the Cassie's electrotherapy connected already between Blade and Rahat. That's going to be a massive advantage here for the Bangladeshi squad.
ভাই এই যে সোলটা নামে না সোলটা নাম ভাই নাম
refusing to jump off of that roof, but they'll be forced by the circle now, and this is going to cause chaos between them and TEC. Trying to get away, great blue wall, time turner pulled out by SHUL. 16 eliminations in now, they pop the Cassie, it's Seppi as well, and the Painted Refuge will keep them safe from all.
আরে ভাই বুঝলাম না টিসির সাথে এখন টিসির সাথে প্রেসার
ভাই এই যে সোলটা আগে নাম লয়ে যেত আগে নাম লয়ে টিএসি বুইয়া
ব্লেড মারছে তো ব্লেড ভাই এদের অবস্থা খারাপ দেখেন আপনি একটা কি হলো ভাই
শেষ ভাই
be eliminated here from the survival
live
stage. The counterparts from Southeast Asia, majority of them have already made it.
हमने ये तो लाइव दें ये लाइव दें इंग्लिश से लाइव दें अच्छा आज आंधी में बुझছেন ভাই মানে লাইভ চলতে থাকুক আজ আंधी তো নাম না থাকেন আমি
and make it across in an advantageous
আসতেছি আমি থাকেন ডিসকর্ডে থাকেন
We've usually said about how Axel definitely carries the squad with the sniper and Zuez on the front lines, but this time I have to say everybody stepped up on the side of Aurora. The game at Nextera was even better than what they showed us at Purgatory. They are on a mighty roll now, and just through 2 games they have gotten more than 60 points. How incredible is that? This team The players have not seen the international stage for so many years, and to make a comeback like this on the survival stage shows us that they truly have got what it takes to climb the leaderboard. But is it going to be enough to squeeze themselves into the top 4? Because they've lagged behind in the initial couple of games.
Yep. When we started the day, we were talking about it. Aurora have potential. They have the axle, but yeah, it's only him so far that we were witnessing. Azriel was looking good. Let's hear them.
And I have to say, just with 2 games alone, they might have done it. They might be in the top 4 with an incredible jump. Malaysia keeping the hopes and dreams alive for the nation. The only representative of Malaysia showing everyone that when you dream and when you hustle, you definitely can pull away a shocker of a gameplay. I mean, not just getting the booyah, right? But the back-to-back booyah on the survival stage when you've got so many other titans in there competing for the exact same thing. Vitality this time, they just could not continue their run. Unlike what we saw at Bermuda earlier on in game number 2. And Aurora gaining 32 points through the 20 eliminations and the booyah.
We were talking about potentials, right? Aurora showed us that potential yesterday. Almost a record-breaking performance. And we thought, hey, this, if pulled off a little earlier, they could have qualified in the top 4 before they stepped into the survival stage. At least here, a couple of the games went away, 5 to be named in exact, but finally they end up pulling their socks and taking everybody down one after another, irrespective of who is against them.
We saw Team Apex Gaming, we saw Total Gaming Esports do so much better at the start, and SHUL was lagging behind. But in this game, we saw the twist of fate from the Indian squads. I mean, 17 eliminations on this on the previous Nextera map definitely put them in the crosshairs of everybody, right? But this time they have managed to step it up once again. It is a beautiful game that they have played in here, but SHUL, their journey is not over just yet. They have got a few more maps to travel through. Hopefully they can keep the momentum up.
Let's see what momentum is going to be there, because right now, in momentum terms, we have Team Secret's interview with Yunsul. Let's send it over.
Thank you to our caster, Yunsul, and welcome back to the stage. And right next to me is PS1 from Team Secret. So let's have a little chit-chat with him, shall we? Into our first questions. We have just passed halfway through the day and you are on the cusp of being in the top 4. So what do you need to do for the rest of the day to keep yourselves in the competition? Well, would it be mechanic or even a teamwork? Xin chào Palace 1. Thì đến với câu hỏi đầu tiên là chúng ta đã đi qua được nửa ngày thi đấu rồi. Và tất nhiên là cũng sẽ chỉ còn lại 4 trận đấu nữa mà thôi. Thì cả đội của mình là sẽ cần phải chứng chỉnh những gì để có thể là tạm thời giữ nguyên cái vị trí của mình trong cuộc đua đến với top 4 hiện tại
Thì em nghĩ team của em chỉ cần giữ vững tinh thần và kiểu bớt những cái lỗi vặt lại thì 100% vô top 4.
100%, very confident. So overall for PS1, we just need to be stable for our mental and also reduce our small errors, and that should be 100% for us to secure the spot in the grand finals. So to the second questions, you came into this event as champions of the C regular seasons, but also the FMVP of the tournament as well, but have struggling for the consistency here in Paris. So what do you think has been going on in some of these games? Thì tất nhiên là Team Secret đã đến đây với một cái vị trí rất là nổi bật, đó chính là nhà vô địch của giải đấu C vừa rồi của chúng ta, và đặc biệt bạn cũng là FMVP của giải đấu vừa rồi nữa. Nhưng mà đến với Paris lần này thì có vẻ như là đội của mình đang khá là chật vật ở trong các trận đấu vừa qua. Thì không biết là đội của mình đang gặp phải những chuyện gì thì có thể chia sẻ với các bạn khán giả được không ạ?
Em nghĩ chắc là lý do lớn nhất là do team em là lần đầu tham gia EWC. Thì một phần là do sức khỏe chưa đảm bảo, nhưng mà kiểu lâu quá cũng chưa bắn giải với nhau nhiều á, cho nên là 4 thành viên vẫn chưa gắn kết như hồi xưa.
Oh, so I think this is our first time joining the EWC, so that's why it's kind of strange for us about everything. But the second thing is our health is not, it's not stable at all. So we have to try our best to getting used to the timeline here and everything about our health as well. And the third thing is we have been used together. We haven't played, especially in the tournaments, for a pretty long time, so that's why our team is not that strong and not having that strong connections anymore. So I would like to ask you another questions, and this will be my final questions as well. We are having many teams, many C teams in this group as well. But I can see one team that used to be the underdogs of the C, which is Aurora, and now they rise up. So how do you think about them? Because I think that you also have a race with Aurora and Team Falcons as well. Thì đến với câu hỏi thứ ba cũng sẽ là câu hỏi cuối cùng. Thì chúng ta hiện tại là có khá là nhiều team C ở trong cái bảng lần này. Nhưng mà tất nhiên có vẻ như là đội tuyển mà chúng ta không đánh giá mấy là cao nhưng lại vô cùng nổi bật hiện tại, đó chính là Aurora Gaming đến từ Malaysia. Vậy hiện tại thì Du Xuân nghĩ rằng là các bạn cũng sẽ có một cái cuộc đua rất là cạnh tranh cùng với Team Falcons cũng như là Aurora lần này. Thì bạn nghĩ thế nào về Aurora khi mà họ có vẻ như là vừa có đó cho mình một cú đúp booyah vậy ạ?
Ban đầu thì em nghĩ là Aurora đã bị loại khỏi cuộc đua top 4, nhưng mà sau 2 game thì họ có vẻ là đối thủ đáng gờm mà bọn em phải cạnh tranh.
Các bạn có nghĩ là mình sẽ cần phải lên một cái chiến thuật gì đó ngay lập tức để có thể là cạnh tranh với họ lần này không?
Nói chung là bọn em không quan tâm lắm tới một team còn lại, chỉ cần quan tâm tới bản thân mình thôi.
Right, that's really good. So overall, we can see that Aurora, at first we thought that Aurora would get kicked off of the top 4, but overall, right now, we can all see that they bounce back really fast, and this is a race, and we can also see that they are very strong contenders to us, but we do not care about other teams. We only care about ourselves, and that is how we rise up once again. So everyone, thank you so much for your listening, and I do really hope that Team Secret can bounce back really strong at this time. Now, let's head back to the studio.
Human body was built to move, not trapped at a desk in one singular posture for 12 hours a day. It's time your chair evolved. This is Secret Lab Titan Evo. Ergonomically engineered for you, gamers, hybrid workers, artists, backing your every move.
Hello everyone, looks like okay, Bombshell. It's a big fan of Apex right now. I mean, what can I say? They are doing so good. They are firing me up right now. Oh, I got this energy over here in the crowd. You guys already know the parents of Shoto. He's doing amazing. Good job with their son.
Yeah, good job, good job.
He's amazing. But right now I want to talk to you, dude. I mean, what is the feeling to see finally a team from India doing so well in a World Championship?
It's great feeling for us, specifically for India teams. We are here after 7 long years at international stage. Back home, everyone is cheering for them, and these guys have made everyone proud back home. So yeah, we are rooting for them, and hopefully they will make it to finals from here.
Wow, and what that would mean for India to have an India team winning a World Championship?
It's gonna be a very massive thing, not only in Free Fire, in the esports community in India. It's gonna be a very massive thing if we win it from here. Everyone back home, they are already rooting for the boys, for all the 3 Indian teams who are representing here. So we all are, of course, rooting for all the Indian teams who are participating here, and hopefully boys should carry this flag up, and we'll be cheering for them.
Amazing, I love that. For real, love that. Okay, I want to know what kind of celebration you guys will do back home if Apex win AWC 26? Huh? Who can you share with me?
There would be really big celebrations back home, but we will be feel really proud if we do make it to the finals. As of now, we are not yet out of the woods. There's still 5 games to go, and we are in a position where we can't really complain. It's not good, it's not bad. We are at an even kill. But if we go on in the finals, we qualify for the finals, and our aim is to end in the top 3 as of now. We are not looking at the top slot as of now because there are really good teams in the group. Yeah, I realize that. So our feet are firmly on the ground as of now. But yes, if we do win, that would be a huge blast back in India. It would be endless celebrations.
Amazing, I love that. Can I go to India?
Yeah, sure.
Maybe some good food?
Yes.
Exactly, yes. Would you teach me some moves from India?
Coming back in here with some payback.
Woo! I want to go to India right now. Apex, please. Make to the grand finals. Win. Apex.
Yeah, you don't want to see my moves. We can definitely give it a try, but it's just not going to be happening. By the way, welcome back. 6 games have gone by, and we have none other than Husky, Neptune, Lace, to 7WG here. Yours truly, I gotta say this, because Neptune, you got a chance to curse earlier on, when it was to Aurora. And we have the savior for Aurora. And for everybody currently watching at home, don't forget that you can earn rewards in-game. Support your local team. Qualify to the finals, and you're gonna end up being the champion of a lot of awesome stuff. So predictions in there too. So make sure you log into Free Fire, participate, and continue watching EWC for those in-game rewards. But talking about Aurora Husky.
Yes, I've been waiting for this moment, Neptune. I've been waiting for this moment for so long. I can finally say the A word, Aurora on top, baby. I only have one word written on this cue card. Look, it's Rora. Nothing else but Rora. They're gonna make it to the finals at this point. But earlier on when I was on the test with Tash, I did say when Aurora gets things going, when the stars start aligning, when they start getting a couple of eliminations, the snowball is gonna start rolling. And they did it. 2 rounds in a row, baby. 2 rounds, 4 more to go, Aurora. Let's get it. Let's get it. Give me 4 more. 4 more booyahs.
Not biased whatsoever, but 4 more booyahs. I just got that.
They want to bring it all home.
We see teams being able to get 3 booyahs, 4 more booyahs. I'm going to hold you to that one. And trust me, you'll be back here with us as well. But let's talk about some of these games because the performances out of this squad, to be completely honest, Aurora has performed so great. I know you usually don't want to talk about them, but I think it's time, Neptune.
Yeah, I'll just bring in the numbers, details as well. But again, getting this back-to-back booyah, or actually the previous booyah, was just great motivation for them. They know exactly what they need to do right now to find the final circle, and that is what is important. And a lot of people will be saying that they're camping and what. That's just strategic. Yep. That's just something that they need to do right now, especially with how fast everyone has been taking all those eliminations. And it's a good thing as well as in terms of role, they are sticking to it. There's no crossover already, not really splitting up that much. Thus, the strength of Aurora is just growing.
Yeah, for Aurora, I don't think it's camping. I think it's just like you were saying, being tactical, and the eliminations are showing up for it. Keep in mind what we were talking about earlier. The top 2 squads, boy, their elims are just insane today. And talking about those top 2 squads, I love that the Apex dad was just kind of chilling at Apex Gaming. He was just like being realistic too. We're not pushing for that top spot, but we are pushing for them to end up being in the top 3, like Shoto has said at the beginning of the day, because on that top spot right now, Vitality is still just performing so well.
Yeah, well, let me sort of bring in 2 storylines for you, because obviously we started the day talking about Team Falcons and Team Vitality, and it looks like those 2 teams were just kind of out in front and above the rest. But what sort of happened is like the fall off of the Falcons, but not Vitality. You find that like these juggernaut teams come out swinging, but one has to crumble. Then we would bring in, you know, like Apex Gaming into the mix now. So something for like Team Falcons. Their aim would to be sort of to get to where Team Apex Gaming is, because I feel like no one is slowing down Vitality. Their average eliminations is 15 per game, and placement is 7.6, which is absolute insanity when we come to this stage of the competition. And you know, this is survival, guys. Like this is crazy. And generally, you know, there starts to come into like the motivation and the mentality sort of dipping, and this is what we're seeing from Team Falcons. But Team Vitality didn't get that goddamn memo, because they have not been slowing down. Obviously, you know, we're speaking about Aurora and bringing them into the mix as well to see them sort of surpass the Falcons. It is going to be incredibly tight in that top of the leaderboard, but I don't think no one's touching Team Vitality at this point in time, and they might not be able to do it in the next couple of matches.
And you can see how tight it is. I mean, right now, you're looking at the top 4. Lion currently finishing that top 4 and winning that tiebreaker at the moment. Team Falcons is going to be there as well. SAUL, we've seen SAUL getting a booyah earlier on, but it's going to get even harder as we go on to those last matches, Neptune.
Yeah, I mean, definitely. There's a lot of teams who will be trying their best to catch up in numbers. And you were talking about Team Falcons. Look at where they are right now. And they really want to take that spot. But again, the history between Team Falcons and Vitality, when Team Vitality has been introduced, they were the Falcon Hunters. And it's showing right now. Even when it's a reverse, Team Falcons is trying to hunt Team Vitality. Like, they are being wiped out.
Yeah, and going back to Aurora, I really loved Game 5, what they were able to do towards the end. Third party at the end, making sure that we're aware of the situation around the map, going for it and getting those wins. And now we turn the page here towards the second one. Team Secret in 7th place 75 points. We saw the cutoff at the moment being 83. They're still within striking distance. And for the rest of the squads, Husky, do you think they might be able to do something, or is it time that we start switching the roles from potential final goers to potential teams that might end up spoiling it for some of the other squads?
I think, you know, if I have to be honest, Titan Esports Club, Total Gaming Esports, IQ, and Straw Hats might have to start, you know, transitioning into the role of spoilers at this point, because it's hard for them to catch up. We've seen some moments of brilliance in the first half, but we can see them run out of gas very, as the game progresses. My concern right now is for Team Secret. You know, I know our host Yun So Reed is the only representative of Vietnam, but I personally stand by how I look at Team Secret as a squad. They have 2 anchors, and usually when a team has someone to rely on, like for example AGL, you have Dew, you have the Axel for Aurora, so and so forth, Yago for MIP Allos, they usually hold a team together. But for Team Secret, we're looking at Tikui and PLS1, and they both need to have a good game. If either of them doesn't, Team Secret falls apart. And that's the scary thing right now.
And what he is saying is, viewers, to summarize it, needs the top teams just to die off immediately at the start so they can catch up.
Let's see. I mean, that's really one plan. That's a good plan, but they have to start it off. They have to start it off. But going back to Team Secret, I mean, I think going, like, as you did mention, 2 anchors, it's really difficult to choose on how well, who is going to take a lead at this point. And we're seeing that as well. With 2 anchors, I think there's the split of decision as well as positioning as well from most of the cases. So they will need to be more cohesive in their rotation. They need to take position and probably copy a page from book from Aurora Gaming, because they want to be aggressive. They want to catch up in numbers, but it's really difficult right now, especially when everyone is hungry for points.
Yeah, the aggressiveness is what we're going to be looking for because of those top 2 squads. The way that they're playing right now, absolutely insane when it comes out to actual eliminations. I mean, you have Vitality with 80 eliminations. You have them being followed up by Team Apex Gaming with 77, keeping it on brand with me. I see what you're doing, Apex Gaming. But this is what we're talking about in regards to some of the other squads. Maybe they're playing a little bit too passive. Maybe you want to see a little bit something off. And I kind of want you to call out a team, Husky. I'm going to put you on this spot. Okay. Any team that you're seeing out there that maybe it's playing too passive for the way that the lobby is currently playing?
Surprisingly enough, I would say Team Falcons. Okay. I feel like after game match 3, 4, they slow down a little bit because they realize that their nemesis is no longer just Team Vitality. They're getting caught in crossfire by Team Secret. They're getting hunted down by Lion. They're getting dropped out in the mid game. And some of these teams now have the chance to play spoilers. So I think Falcons, they got to find their winning ways, right? Regain their identity from when they won EWC 24. Yep. And if there's one team that I want to add on that could be a potential threat, it's TG. Because TG, they were intentionally dropping Lion. They were trying to get things started, even though they lost that hot drop. But if they keep this going, eventually they're going to start breaking some teams.
I know when he said Falcon Slays, you straight up said, agreed.
Agreed. Look, eliminations is their strength. I said it at the beginning. They made up their total from group stages by eliminations. Their placement points is abysmal. So they need to keep that momentum with eliminations. And you can see that's exactly what they're not doing. They're not going for these aggressive fights and plays to building that snowball effect, because I think that was kind of the first time we really saw them in the I think it was like match 2, we saw them in like end zone. That's generally not what they do. They're usually those sort of edge hunters, and they'll clean up with those elims. And now it's not happening, and it's reflecting in their score and their gameplay. So they're not doing exactly what they should be doing from like their aggressive play style.
Yeah, and with Falcons, I mean, this is the maps that we have coming up, Neptune. We got Bermuda coming up. What are we expecting in regards to Falcons to be able to do? Because I'm so glad that you guys pointed it out too. They started off hot, and then it's been a bit of a slowdown. And with the way that the lobby is currently playing, you just don't want to end up slowing down whatsoever.
And what's tough for Falcons right now, especially Bermuda, is they haven't gotten a Booyah right here. The team that has Booyah in here, make that 2, is Team Vitality. So it's still a tough fight for Team Falcons. But I know they've met already. They have seen how well they are being countered by Team Vitality, especially in Southeast Asia region. So hopefully this is where they pull out all those hidden strats that they have to counter, similarly to what we've seen in the regionals, how they countered and eliminate Team Vitality, or probably just pull away from them, because their rotations, from what I've seen, at some point is also quite clear to read.
Yeah, I mean, Lace, you had the stats for Vitality too.
Well, yes, so, you know, Vitality are getting those high eliminations, and for the first 4 matches, they actually placed in the top 5. So not only are they getting those eliminations that Falcons were in the beginning, they're getting top 5s and obviously a booyah. So that's what separates those two. And yeah, I don't know if Falcons has that capability to catch up to Vitality. This is why I said it's Vitality at the top and now everyone else is racing against each other.
Pretty much. That's what's going to be happening, because Tag has slowed down a tiny bit. And don't forget that they're being realistic too. From the get-go, they were like, we just want to finish 3rd place. But that's okay. That's okay, because at the end of the day, you just want to end up in the top 4 situation. You were able to talk about Team Secret. Something that we have seen too from Groups A and Group B is that the top 4 squads were able to get a booyah. Right now, Lion doesn't have one. Team Falcons doesn't have one. Can they get it?
I sure hope so. I think Lion is one of the teams that we are looking at to join the top 8 in the grand finals. They are starting to ramp up, but we need them to be a bit more consistent.
Hopefully that consistency is going to show up. We're going to be going to Bermuda. Let's see who's going to get that wonderful booyah.
Thank you very much, Seven. Thank you, the panel. And you know what? This time, it is time for the underdogs to rise up to the occasion. This map, we saw the randomizer earlier. It's gonna be Bermuda, and this is where Straw Hats stand a good chance to jump right back into the race. They've always placed well in this map. The only problem is finding those eliminations. And guess what? Team Apex Gaming, I'm hoping that this is gonna be that launchpad for them to push themselves into that #1 spot as well. But like Neptune said, Lucifer, Vitality is going to be a big threat here. They are the ones leading with 2 booyahs on the map so far. In fact, they're the only team out here in this lobby that has had a booyah on Bermuda.
Exactly, and I think that's the major factor that every teams have to count on. But still, Team Apex Gaming, as you pointed out, they did manage to end up with decent elimination and points at the end of our game #2 Bermuda today itself. So there's still a possibility, but even mentioning Straw Hats, teams at the bottom, Total Gaming and Titan Esports Club, these guys still stand a chance. Even when we were talking, when the panel was making their discussions, we said if Aurora are able to pull off 60 points within 2 games and jump to the top 4, there is a chance for everybody out there.
Oh, opportunity for Team Secret to shut down Vitality early. Joel down already, and the thrill of battle has been popped. Sibeng cannot use his stealth fight, tries to get away. Mini Uzi tagging him up, and Jikui will put him down onto the ground as well. And Team Secret overwhelming Vitality. And the first blood drawn here by Tikui, but they cannot spot out the rest of the players on the side of Vitality, and the instant revive from Koja. The double revive will pull the squad back into the game.
Both Team Secret and Vitality have a battle, but I'm worried for Falcons, and we see them. It's going to be Straw Hats right in front of it. Falcons, they want to qualify. They're the reigning club champions, but right now they're not in the top 4. On Fire want to send a shot, but the Chrono being activated. Still no knocks. Pina on the other end, he finds, and finally On Fire as well. So both of them end up finding 1 each, putting 2 eliminations for Falcons.
Yeah, unfortunately, Straw Hats just weren't prepared for that battle. They just didn't have the right gun. Still running in there with the Mini Uzi. They're going to get tagged up and shoved out, but thankfully, still a couple of survivors left there for the Straw Hats to pull the squad back into play. SHUL, on the other hand, up against a team that they should not underestimate. Falcons in the situation, and Limit double Riptide Rhythm to take Jack out of the equation, but Karoro's been knocked down already. Time Turner pulled out by Bunny to save his buddy, and SHUL won't be able to respond well to Falcons, who will try to get out of the situation now as they understand without Karoro, things are going to get dicey on that front line.
But Bunny seems like he has intentions to go for this chase. He's on the hunt, moving towards Limit, and if they take out Limit, that's going to be a big opening. But opening again being found by Team Secret. DRS tried for a challenge. Vitality earlier tried, they failed, and now even DRS are failing. Another elimination about to go out. Tiku, he is the one who got it. Charge Buster in hand, Alu spotted, electrotherapy being used. He doesn't have a skill. Variant dash as well. On both the ends, electrotherapy being used for survival. Chakuri spotted. Tiku charging right now. But DRS trying to fend themselves against Team Secret. But finally, Naan7, he's been taken down by Alu in the upper floors.
Not the right gun here for Tikui. The Charge Buster taking too long to get the eliminations. The Mag 7 definitely the much better preferred weapon in a situation like that. Tikui trying to get those charges up, but DRS is staying away. Wang Amno with that backstab. Perhaps this is going to be the difference maker for Team Secret. The vending machine still in the area. Neither squad wants to get out, but Vitality drops by to say hello. Can they be the third party that walks away with the most numbers here? Wang Am stepping out of the defenses. Alu Mag 7 supremacy. Still with a better gun in that situation, but finally gets put down. The three-way battle not doing good for the Rail Soldiers, and they're now looking just purely to survive.
Challenge is still there. Team Secret somehow kept themselves afloat. PLS1 and TQ, they're ready to take down Vitality once again. Glue Wall is the only one protecting for the time being. And finally, they take a floor above. Team Secret give Vitality a breather for the time being. Sibang on the other end wants to spot, but Diggs will get taken down. Sibang has no opportunity. Joel wants to climb in, and he'll also be taken down by PLS1, and Vitality's re-challenge fails once more.
And that's all because of Team Secret and that thrill of battle that A124 popped in the perfect timing. Vitality thought that they were the biggest winners there, pulling in the third-party ambush, but without their active skills, Team Secret made that one look like a walk in the park, and Vitality may be up on top of the leaderboard, but in this lobby they go down first.
Team Secret, they hunt to the top 4. Right now, they are taking down every team in front of them. 8 total eliminations already here at Clock Tower, and clocking their eliminations is what they're doing. SA2L, after their challenge against Falcons, now they have Titan Esports Club. They also need an opportunity to climb up 5 eliminations. They pick up 1 more right now, and they have Team Secret in front of them. Dinoculars does not give them any information because Team Secret are spread out. They even use a UAV. That itself is of no use again.
Yunsul is nowhere near us, but I can hear her screaming from somewhere here in the arena because Team Secret's on fire right now. But Aurora up against the Rail Soldiers. There is a vending machine here in Mars Electric, and Aurora wants to hold on to it as they pick up more numbers for themselves. Can they make this a phenomenal, legendary run for the squad? Hey, back to back to back, Booyah, 3 games in a row, 7 eliminations in, and they are looking solid as ever. Speaking of solid, Team Secret currently on fire, might just make their way towards Mars Electric here as they hear those sounds. Is it going to be the aggressive play, or will they just choose a compound to hunker down and play defense for the next spot? Straw Hats were down at the very bottom of the leaderboard, somehow surviving the initial encounters.
What can they do different right now? Katulastiva, earlier we did see SA2L as well as Falcons, and we still see Falcons nearby. So there's still an opportunity for Straw Hats, but Husky even mentioned the teams at the bottom should become spoilers at this point because there's just 4 games left from here on. And if they can do it, ruin chances, maybe even for South Asia, they could give openings for the rest of South Asia to get into that top 4, make it into the finals.
Husky is being realistic, but I feel like I want to see some shockers out here. I want to see Straw Hats pull an Aurora on the battlefield. I want to see TG pull an Aurora out there, right? Can you imagine if TG gets the 60-pointer out of 2 games? They're instantly back in the top 4 already. But of course, it's going to be a lot to ask. Currently, once again, Southeast Asia looking to dominate the lobby. Falcons, Aurora, as well as Vitality in there. But India still has got strong representation here through Team Apex Gaming. 5 eliminations already, and they're looking for more. Azrael's going to be put down. June's going to get caught out as well. Double Blue Wall's not going to save him. Team Secret looking for a little bit of a sneaky play here from the opposite side, but we'll find none.
Let's quickly see the replay of what happened to DRS and how Aurora were able to get their elimination. Challenge, 2 eliminations picked up by Azrael, both on DRS, quick on his action. But right now, Team Secret, after losing PLS1, he's been always the savior. Now what can he do? Games King, 4 eliminations strong already. 9 in total for Team Secret. But challenging Games King is going to be difficult. TQ in a different direction. Electrotherapy being used, but the opening can be found. Bolt Maker being used, and Games is down. That is the opening. TQ once again with that Charge Buster, charging through Lion. And Joker also spotted. Quickly takes the vehicle, but can he make a run? Della becomes the supplies, trying to act as distraction, but he'll also be taken down by Naan7's own M79. But still, Team Secret
keep pumping through, but trouble is not done. It's Titan Esports Club now as a challenge. Earlier it was way too close for the charge buster to pop off. This time, he does have the distance, but too low in HP. Will Blade be able to take advantage? Tikui needs more, but unfortunately time was not on his side. In Titans Esports, spotting an opportunity and taking advantage of that chaos, and Team Secret falling victim to that play. Lions will get caught out as well, Kutush. And this is what we want to see from the teams at the bottom, Lucifer. Trouble everybody out there. Joker moving towards the vending machine, but he did spot the players from Team Secret who were already there, and that's the reason he decides to cut this and move in another direction, because he knows even if he tries to go to the vending machine, if he doesn't time it perfectly, he will lose the chance, the life for Lion here in Bermuda. On the other end, a full revive's been put in, clocked and ready for Team Secret. 11 total eliminations. A comeback is something that they would want to stage. Joker, a free elimination could be possible. Alu has no idea about this. Damage already being done. Joker ready with his weapon, damage done. But he quickly takes the zip line because he heard that sound from Team Secret. Didn't want to give them the chance once again. And Joker will safely make it out for the time being. Alu, going for a phenomenal play, Jokers! What a shot off of the zip line. Up close and personal. The final survivor of the squad here from Lion will quickly recover as he looks for a vending machine to bring the rest of his brothers back. Will Pratik be able to cut off his rotation? DRS looking for that revival point there to bring back the full squad. Jokers is going to avoid him like a master. As he pulls the flag towards the right-hand side, DRS so close to the full squad revival. The real soldiers are being real daring here. So rare to see the revival platforms used out there. And he will complete the full squad revival for DRS. He does it for DRS and Joker does it for Lion. Team Apex Gaming in the meantime, they had a clash with Total Gaming, lost their comrades down to the last. That's Sahil Jat out in the zone, taking the damage. But Total Gaming have another opponent that they have to challenge. That's going to be Gun Dynasty's Benil. And they quickly act upon it and take that player also down. Total Gaming is adding points. We spoke about this. This is what we want to see from the bottom teams. Pick those points, make an Aurora play happen, and you know an impossible could be in the making. Somebody put some Mysore Pak in the mouths of our panel, man. You know, they already called it, Lace said it. All that the underdogs need is for the big teams to go down early. Vitality and Aurora cursed by Lace. Thank you very much, Lace. We appreciate it. And DAT is about to take a big L as well with a final survivor looking for those revives. But this is the kind of situation that teams at the bottom desperately need. Rise back up to the top. And Lace, you deserve some Mysore Pak. I have some in my bag. All thanks to Lucifer. Brought it all the way from Bangalore. Thank you, Lucifer. Hey, sweets for all of us. It is good. Yes, tag got taken down, but it's Total Gaming making a comeback. On the other end, Lion will also be happy. The fans, we just saw them. 11 total eliminations, all the players back up, another being added. And Joker might find one more for himself. Takuri spots Joker. Quick boost. Does he take a challenge? Joker instantly spots him out. Steffi being used. That's really well placed. And now, Lion should be able to fend this off and make it work. Oh, beautiful plays from the guy so far. He played that AWM so perfectly, and he survives because of that play. But how long more can he spend outside? David 444 though, Gun Dynasty looking for survival. Wait, what? And Total Gaming Haiku, Mafia, somehow still holding on. Now this is the team that was down at the bottom. They started off the survival stage with a Booyah, but it was a very safe play Booyah. Just 10 eliminations on their side for Kalahari. They need to bring the squad back in to stand a good chance to take advantage of the fact that the big boys are out. Yeah, big boys are out, but they were four-man squad strong. What just happened? I'm not sure. There you go. An unfortunate fight somewhere, but yes, they bring their players back. When Gun Dynasty, after losing Benil, Vene and David are together, but here playing is not going to be a great spot at peak because Titan Esports Club have entire control of it. But now they have an opportunity, go ahead of it. But Dinoculus being used and the plan of SHUL right now rattled. It might be from Falcons as well, but right in front of Falcons, there's a Bolt Maker being called and Straw Hats with Team Secrets are breaking a fight open. Well, it's not Lions. Boltmaker. It's not Team Secret's Boltmaker. Oh no, it is Team Secret's. PLS1 down though. Instant pickup here from Non7. He's got the Thiva, he's got the Olivia, and he's right back up into play. Instantaneous. In terms of recovery out of Team Solid, and they take the fight straight up to Straw Hats. Going in for knock after knock. Non7 don't push right back down. And Straw Hats putting up a strong fight with a little bit of the assistance of a Falcons from afar.
15 total eliminations for Falcons, and now they've troubled Team Secret. Non7, the last man standing. PLS1 somehow closed that fight with the glue wall. He wanted to help Non7 over there, but he knows he has to destroy the glue wall, which will mean Falcons will again try to hold them off.
That's it.
Melter being used, trying to get closer, but the zone's also closing in. This is not the best position to be in. But I think he will be able to recover him, bring him back into life, and they have another opportunity. But Falcons have an eye on the arsenal.
What a clutch on that Super Met. PLS1, no Thiva on him, no Olivia. He just had to go all the way for that pickup. And the recovery was a lucky one there for Non7, who almost got knocked right back down from the damage off of the blue. But now the tougher part to get into the next circle without being gate kept by Falcons as well as Lion. Lion now keeping Falcons a little bit busy. This might be that opportunity for Team Secret to make their way in, and they're going to arrive right behind SHUL, who haven't taken the shots up against them just yet. The car's on fire, but they still make it there in the nick of time, and Team Secret still alive.
Right below SHUL Esports, and now that's trouble for SHUL as the zone's closed off. They have a launch pad. I think that's what their intention is. Quickly launch them off into the space in the circle. And thankfully they do it. But Lion, they launch right into the front of Falcons, and look at Joker's position behind enemy lines, and the opening should be found for the timing. Falcons trying to hold it off, and On Fire gets taken down. That was Joker's play. And with Joker finding the open, Falcons are also in trouble. Glue walls being placed, Pina trying to find an opening, but he cannot spot the players close by. 2v1, and Garena gets taken down. Pina, can he do something different? Chrono being popped, he slashes the player for an elimination. On Fire also helping out in the meantime, but Della and Joker together will put Falcons a tad bit silenced. On Fire sends off the M590 right to the base of Lion, and now answering back is Limit.
Limit now on the step of Falcons. From almost being snuffed out by Lions, making the strong come back. Limit and On Fire, phenomenal play, and Lions will fall in front of the most dominant team. Falcons off of 2024, your very first EWC Free Fire champs, now taking on SHUL, the team from India who's also looking for the top 4. So close yet so far. If they get this booyah, perhaps they can take one step closer to it, but the underdogs of this final circle has to be Gun Dynasty.
Nobody expected them to be here, and that is the reason they have the biggest advantage. Trying to find an opening, Melter being used. Falcons, they have numbers that's weak for them, but gunpowder nothing less. But there's an opening. Noor has found it. Pina's down. Make it more. On Fire's down as well. Confirmation works. Limit, the last man standing. SHUL 40 total elimination, and Buddy up close puts down Shio as well. Make it 15, and SHUL are looking for the second booyah, and they get it. Second booyah in the survival stage.
India's on fire. When I said Chuck Day India yesterday, man, did I mean it, and boy, are they living up to expectations of the whole nation. On the biggest stage after so many years of waiting. Not just one team, but every single one rising up to the occasion. And this is the recovery play we expect from SHUL. The previous time on this survival stage, game 2, they jumped into Bermuda with just one elimination, no placement points, but they smashed the lobby this time round.
Smashed the lobby, got a booyah, made a second on the day, and now making a mark. We spoke about this. The panel said the teams at the bottom should just go spoilers, but it doesn't seem like it's going to happen when teams are so hungry, determined to make sure not just takes this advantage off this international stage, but also make their nation proud.
Man, Vitality, they definitely took a big L this time round, but they will not bleed. They will smile, because a majority of the efforts from the first 5 games should be more than enough to keep them in contention for the access into our grand finals. But we need this exact same performance from the other teams who are hungry. Let's check out the replays here as well, man, because man, was this an insane lobby to start things off with.
They started picking off the players. They started picking off the players of Titan Esports Club who were in mid-air. and then took an advantage. Let's hear them.
रुक जा जैक रुक जा आने दे एक ही है
You could see.
You could see or you could hear?
Both. Right? At that point, they knew they have the booyah, but you could clearly hear them telling, wait, Rukja means wait.
Yeah.
And they waited because they needed this booyah with all their players.
Since you're already translating, you want to translate the rest as well? You gotta love it, man. You gotta love the team comps of India. I know chat will be absolutely alive right now, but these boys are on fire. 29 points up at the top, followed by Team Falcons with the 27. And Gun Dynasty, this is the comeback we are expecting. This is the rise to the top that we were expecting. They started off day one as hot as this, and then they kept getting wiped out, even at the start of the day today. Remember when we went on the stage, I was saying that this team needs to wake up. They need to show us more of the tenacity of the day one, and they are bringing it right back into play.
But that's the problem I have, AJ. Yesterday they did the same thing. Towards the end of the day, they started picking up the points, but it was not enough. And if they don't pull off it, I know we're right now banking on Aurora because they made it happen, back-to-back 60 points. And I think Gun Dynasty, if they have to pull off a comeback, they have to, because enough, AJ. Yesterday they did the same thing.
Yeah, I think Gun Dynasty heard Husky loud and clear.
Yeah.
For the teams who are at the bottom, the best that you can do right now is go and play spoilers. But hey, you know what? If your spoilers suddenly becomes a dream, a miraculous run, then maybe the grand finals is where you'll end up in, because it's not too late just yet. We've got 3 more games to go. Like you said, Aurora, just purely with 2 games, managed to get a 60 bomber for themselves. Can you imagine what would happen if Gun Dynasty pulls that off as well?
If they do pull it off, it's going to be trouble for everybody out there playing down in the stage. But let's give them a breather. They need it right now before we start the next one.
We were there for every click, every clutch, every respawn. We were there for the years of grind, and we're here now. The proud founding partner of EWC, powering the biggest event in gaming, shoulder to shoulder with the world's best, making history. Greatness deserves a stage. Lenovo Legion, reach your impossible.
Hello, my dear Survival. It's Yunsul, and I'm right here at a very special place for those who love gacha, like me. All right, so we can see this is spin the wheel. Just got the number you want, and then you will get the exact gift that with the same number you got. And by the way, this place kind of near of Lenovo Legion and also near the merchandise store of EWC. So now, let's play the lucky game with me. This one is pretty heavy, so try your best, okay? Hey! What number? What number? Oh! Is that number 4? Is it in the middle? I'm gonna spin again. Get me a real number this time. Alright. Alright, this is number 6. I got my number 6, and also I'm going to claim my gift right now. This is a secret gift. You know if you come here to join with us here at EWC 26 in Paris, France. I'm gonna go grab my stuff now. See you guys in a bit. Incredible stuff coming here live at EWC Free Fire, where we are looking at multiple stories for survival stage. It's interesting because we all thought that this group would be so neck to neck, but the bottom of the ladder has been so interesting, Husky.
We literally asked for some of the teams at the bottom, some of those who are still hungry for more, to show up. And guess what happened? 3 out of the 4 front runners got knocked out early in this map 7 on Bermuda, and afterwards SAUL, they got their second booyah. And again, I feel like today's survival is not about SEA, it's about South Asia's, it's about the regions that have more to prove, and I'm so excited to see more because it is only getting heated up.
Yeah, it's getting heated up. And on top of that as well, we talk about something to prove. Aurora looking so good today. Back-to-back booyahs after so long on the international stage, showing us that they are still not down national stage, showing us that they are still not down and out.
Yeah, I think Aurora has really found that second win, right? It took them a while. Yesterday was the same thing. They set a record in Paris, and now with 2 back-to-back booyahs, it should give them a confidence boost despite that early exit in match 7. And because Aurora now are in that position to be a contender, I feel like they have the exact confidence to push on forward.
That's right. And after this, we are going to be going to Kalahari. Excuse me. Now, Husky, what do you think of this map? Is there a particular team that really stands out to you there?
I mean, I gotta say Vitality, right? Vitality has always been a great team on Kalahari because Indonesians in general. But I think, Lion has also been the up and coming. This is a team that we wanted them to show up. They started off quite slow, but in the previous 2 to 3 matches, you've seen them start racking up more eliminations, and now they are in the rat race to get in the top 4.
Yeah, it's really interesting watching them as well because we talked about the switch up just during cast, right? About how the beginning of the day is just a feel up for so many of these teams. Lions have changed it up. They look really good and aggressive as ever, and most importantly, they're looking really good. Another team that I really want to test you on is Falcons. Everyone put them on the front runners and the top of the scoreboard, but a bit quiet.
Yeah, I think Falcons has always been a top contender, but they took about to warm up. I literally asked them to be more aggressive because they live off of eliminations, and they did exactly that. So Falcons, I think they're back in the race.
Yeah, that's right. We're about very soon about to go into the game, and I am super excited for this. 3 more games coming in, and who better to tell a story? Other casters as Lucifer and AJ.
Thank you so much, Dash and Husky. This is game number 8, Kalahari, that we are heading towards. This is where Total Gaming, when we started the survival stage, got their booyah, and they made sure that not just tag, it's also them. And along with them, yes, Vitality and Falcons are ones in question. And let's see, as we move towards our game number 8, who will get their chances, just like SATUL, who pulled off their booyah in the previous one.
Can Total Gaming get that back-to-back Kalahari booyah? Because if they can, this will be that match that allows them to wake up in the survival stage once again and potentially survive a relegation, survive going back home. Man, we have got very few spots left in the grand finals, just 4 more. Out of the 12 teams that are playing here, who's going to be able to earn that for themselves? At the moment, you can see that Southeast Asia is definitely running the show out here. But Team Apex Gaming, one final survivor, KD God, man, that was a beautiful final second revival. One that's going to keep the team in it for a little bit longer.
That was almost all lost. Thankfully, he did jump in the other direction, and that is the reason he was able to get Sahil Jat out. Not the best vehicle as well to drive, and there he will be spotted. Falcons at his limit, picking him off. And Sahil, he will survive. He needs 100 coins and he has it right in front of him. He'll quickly get it. Vending machine. He'll jump right to it and also get the player back up. But hey, it's not a instant spot. Team Apex Gaming, they are at a total of 122 points, 1 point away from Vitality, who lost in the previous game. And this time, if they want to keep that difference going, they need points. But DRS are not allowing. We said this. Every panel is spotting this out, saying the teams at the bottom become the troublemakers, and Sahil Jat, big trouble for him.
Oh, but you got to respect that Spider-Man action out of Sahil Jat. He just disappeared from the crosshairs of Takuri, who was going in there for the flank. Pratik also can't find Sahil Jat just yet. How can he work off this 1v2? Sahil Jat looking for it. The rest of the team members on the way back in. Oh! Survivor in Sahil Jat. He's already gotten a bulk load of the work done. And DRS could not snuff him out before those revives got brought back through. You'll still have Team Apex Gaming making that run in this lobby.
But run right now is Straw Hats on Toll Gaming. Instantly shutting majority of the players down. But thankfully Toll Gaming still have a last man standing who got revived before the squad got taken down. Mafia.
Now into stealth.
He will instantly use his stealth bites. There is a vending machine right in front. So far, at least in the start,
there you go.
The Indian squads have had trouble. A long way to go for the time being. Revives being done all across the game. But right now, Shoto and Wolven together fight with Falcons. Glue wall instantly, Valiant Dash being used, damage being done but not the best weapons, but finally Wolven finds the opening. Pina stun confirmation as well, and Falcons, who thought they have the advantage, have been taken out, and a surprise challenge from Aurora.
My God! They shouldn't have won that, but they did. Falcons dropping the bomb right there in that instance. And Aurora dropping by in to keep them entertained, so that Team Apex Gaming can continuously...
রাহিব ভাই শোনা না
গেম খেলবেন
আসেন গেমে লাইভ করেন গেমের শর্টস লাইভ করেন
আচ্ছা আচ্ছা